rankings of the Finns at HAVU. And they're coming in with the new lineup with some new players here and there as well. HAVU has had, same with Sangal that we talked about earlier, a little bit of a rough time with finding their correct lineup. Now they're bringing in some new and old guys in there, so it should be a whole lot of fun seeing how the new lineup will be facing off against each other. But yeah, Sinners has still been the same ever since. They still got Oscar, they still got the good guys, and they still have a fun time here with Neofrag and Ait, probably the two most notable names to come in newer. Ait played in Entropic Prague before, but he's been, since then, he's had himself some lineups where he played for, and he's definitely been improving, so I really love to see him here at the lineup, and I look forward to what he's going to be bringing, because it's probably one of the most prospect-like players here in the Czech scene.
Yeah, 100%, but again, household names on Shock, Beastic, and Oscar. Oscar there staying on the AWP from what I remember. But Neofrag is also a person I want to talk about, right? He's coming in from Dynamo Eclod, but he did play before for OG, and he also played for Into the Breach, right? So he's a big name too, making his way back up into the scene alongside Ait, a good prospect as well, as you mentioned. I think Sinners have got a really good roster going on right now. They've had decent results in the past couple of months as well, but as of late, for this week at the very least, they've lost 4 in a row, Jesse. They lost against Bleed,
against Gaming Gladiators, which is the new Ecstatic. They've lost against Eclot, their Neofrags' X's team, and Ens Academy as well, right? They lost against an Academy team, which was definitely a pretty big hit to take, but that came in from a 7 or an 8 map win streak. A best of 3 win streak that Sinners had. So we can't really tell what their form is currently, but we'll see when this matchup starts. Although, on the other side of the spectrum, we've got HAVU, which we also want to talk about, because there's again more household names to really take a look at, right? We're taking a look on down to O2ND, to Arax, and to Uli, really, as household names, quote-unquote, because otherwise, we've got ourselves Uli, Yellow, and Puha, who are coming into this one as bit newer on the roster, right? So they've only been here, Puha has been here for a month, Yellow has been here for 19 days, and we've got ourselves Uli, who has been here for 7 months, but Arax and O2ND are really the big names that we're used to out of HAVU.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting seeing Jello and Puha coming in. Jello is probably, for the most of you, maybe a little bit more of a familiar name. He played a long time in the Yano lineup. Before that, of course, made his name through, but he's already like 24 years old. For Puha, it's like a new other prospect on the other side of the spectrum. Yeah. So you got Aiton Sinners, you got Puha being only 17 years old. He's only had a few teams where he played for, Enhanced being one of them. That is a lineup where he was playing with when he was only like 16 as well. So it was crazy to see how that lineup moved their way up the ranks, because they did in fact do so. And now he's finding himself here at the team of HAVU, playing for one of the biggest teams now currently inside of Finland. But again, you see against the teams that HAVU has lost against, right? It's also been a little bit rough. For Sinners, same could be said. But if you look at the teams in particular where they were able to lose against, like Bleed, you said, Gaming Gladiators, are all teams that I would consider being capable of winning against Sinners. And in that higher tier of CS, we're once again going to have that difference shown. HAVU knew, HAVU seeing what they can do, whereas Sinners is already stable and we know what they're made of, even though inside of the tier where they are supposed to be playing in a few months, most likely with this new lineup, they've yet to find themselves a couple of wins.
Yeah, they have yet indeed, but now let's take a look on down to the map Vito to see if they can find themselves a win on over to this best of 3 and perhaps break away the curse from either of these two sides. I'm sure that whatever the map Vito is going to be, Sinners and HAVU are going to be going head to head either way. I think these two teams are going to be quite close to each other in terms of skill when it comes down to the aiming department, and the Vertigo ban is nothing new, right? We know that Sinners don't really like to play Vertigo, it's their permaban. Up next, it should be Inferno. And yeah, there you have it, HAVU, ban away Inferno. What are going to be the first few map picks, though? That is going to be really important. Ancient, coming out of Sinners. Okay, makes sense. 0% win rate on HAVU for Ancient. And then for the Finnish side, they've got the pick of Nuke. Okay, well, how are you feeling about that one? Because they still don't have a great map win rate on Nuke either.
Yeah, I mean, HAVU was known to have a pretty decent nuke back in the day when they were still rocking the old lineup, I think with Ariel and such in there, so that is something they're kind of working their way around, whereas I feel like Sinners, looking at the nuke, what they have thrown, it's their second best map in terms of map win rate, so it's gonna be Still a little bit questionable whether or not HAVU is going to be able to squeeze that one through. But then going forward, of course, Anubis being banned away meant that HAVU might be interested in playing, yet Sinners do not like that, and it leaves us with Overpass and Mirage, and then we're going to the bread and butter of Mirage. Not the most notable map for Sinners. They don't really go for it that much. They're like, okay, if an opponent picks it, we're fine with it. If it left it as a decider, we're fine with it. But we don't necessarily pick it that much. So if we would make it all the way to a third map, I think HAVU has already shown the diligence that they're more than capable of doing so. I'm just scared about Ancient. I'm just scared about Nuke for HAVU, because those will be very, very rough to find a stable footing on.
Yeah, Ancient definitely, right? 0% win rate in 9 maps played. That's already such a bad track record to go off of. And the Sinners knew exactly what they were going for. Because always, whenever a team has a permaban map, which is usually the case, right? There's always the teams that love to go in for their permabans. They don't like to play Inferno for, let's say, or Vertigo in this case for Sinners, right? They also always go for the permaban. And then they have a map like Ancient, which they absolutely hate as well, but they can't ban away too at the beginning, so they had to pick away on Ancient. Sinners really used that up well, because their best map in the map pool as well. So in theory, Ancient 100% we're thinking is going to a Sinners, right? But then up, it's gonna be Nuke, right? HAVU 50% win rate, Sinners 57%. So they're still there, they're still close. Sinners have a chance to close it out on 2-0, or HAVU make a big resurgence and try to find a reverse sweep. But that's kind of the only way, the only possibility I'm seeing HAVU trying to win this one best of 3 out. What do you think?
And on Nuke, you're gonna need that stabilization as well a little bit. And with the younger and less experienced players yet coming in, or without having too much time to play together, I still remember back in the day HAVU, I was talking about Ariel, player which was playing in ENS before, then he left to play for HAVU for quite some time. He's not in there anymore, but he was one of the stable pieces that you had, controlling, for example, on main, which is, A main is a very, very tough position to play around. Sometimes teams kind of leave it, but if you have a stable player that can help to outside, that can rotate its way around, you put a youngster in there, he's going to be over-rotating, over-peaking, over-playing, and might be losing his life and losing a whole lot of momentum for the team. So that's going to be Nuke that will obviously come up next, but there are already a few players that are connecting the server, so we should be getting ourselves ready in a few minutes time with that map for Ancient. And speaking of, yeah, we were talking about win rates in general, being that Sinners have picked it a lot of times. I personally thought maybe they were gonna go for an Overpass pick as well.
Yeah, on Overpass, have also got a 0% win rate, so that is also looking kind of tough for them. I am surprised, too, that we didn't go on over to see the Dutch side of things. Well, not the Dutch side of things, the German side of things. It's quite close there. On over to the Overpass side of things. But, yeah, I think the Ancient pick is a bit smarter, because Ancient is really a map that focuses a lot on momentum, even though Sinners haven't really won a lot of best of 3s as of late. Neither really have HAVU. So we're going to be jumping to this first map of Ancient to see who's actually going to be taking it up stage right now and who's going to be able to start things off well. But anybody who just tuned in, welcome back to the CCT. Second map of the day, well, second best of 3 of the day out here between HAVU and Sinners to be starting us off here into the second season and into the Swiss stage. Let's check out the T side of Sinners here, as it is their own map pick of Ancient. And honestly, I think the T side of Ancient has gotten better and better as time has passed, but ooh, would you look at that, Yellow already finds himself one, and Oto on the second.
Good stuff to take mid-control. Yes, they're gonna have to push their way in towards the B side there. Neofrag will find himself a lovely trade on Knight, able to get his way fast into the side. Puha, that's alone, and so will pay the price for it, losing his life. Sinners have taken control over that B side. Dobredes will be picked up. You might want to stick together in a retake, otherwise Shock is gonna try to tap you away, yet he's not able to do so, leaving Neofrag in a very tough position. In fact, he doesn't spot anyone out towards CT. He's going to keep him occupied towards the side. He's still a little curious about that CT flank, while both of them are coming from CT. First step found on Yellow, and now you're going to find Otto. He's not on the bomb. He realizes that, jumps away. That's experience right there from Neofrag. He dances around the block. No chance to find this defuse. And that is a round right there that you're able to find. What a round for Sinners, but yeah, Neofrag doing it all.
Otto really took the bait. He needed that kill if he wanted the least of chances to try to defuse, and he just ran away, man. He went away, ring around the rosy, and we managed to find ourselves Neo Frag on a quadra kill for the pistol. Wasn't that also like a 2v3, 2v4 at the retake, right? I didn't really get to see how many people were left alive because Neo Frag was just dumping them away one by one by one. So really well played coming out of Neo Frag and co-out here. Sinners managed to pick up the pistol round in a really interesting fashion, and now 2 MAC-10s remaining to try to push into the A side here on the force buy. Full Astralis stacked down middle for HAVU.
Yeah, really rough. I mean, HAVU there. That might be the inexperience as well for Buha, thinking he could do a little bit too much there on short. Being taken away, and as you said, Neofrag, give him a finger and he's going to take your whole hand with it. He really is. Going to run that mile, having a chance to take it away. This time around, Sinners taking A, while HAVU went towards B. Gotta clear CT if you're B sticker, man. Got this map before, now need to check the corners. He will do so. That's full CT control, and Oscar that will hear them all, trying to grain some cash for the op. That's yet to come. A dink on the third, and a kill found. That's good cash for Oscar. Really great that he's specifically the one to find it, because that's gonna get him closer and closer towards that beloved big green.
Indeed so. Hotel last man standing will get caught up by the Galil most likely, and a flawless round here on the buy for Sinners, of course. Now, third round is going to be really important because it is going to be the full buy coming out here from the CT side of HAVU. And the MAC-10s finding so many frags, as you did mention, are going to get the Sinners closer and closer to the big green and to, well, the overall buy as well. So, looking on down to the third round, lost bonus is starting to mount up here for HAVU. But they're on the CT side. They don't need to play for the lost bonus. They need to play for the rounds. Because you can't really just keep on force buying if you're on the CT side. If you're losing round after round after round. So, full buy versus the 2 MAC-10s still left in play. 2 Gills as well. Nobody throws away absolutely anything. I'm surprised Oscar keeps playing with the MAC-10 when he could have bought up the AWP.
Bonus buy.
Yeah.
Sparing some cash, and against the lesser util for HAVU, would say that is a decent opportunity you've got. Go fast towards the ace, or at least fake it out. Still have Neofrag and the boys taking middle, while they aren't gonna have that pressure towards the A side anymore. And I gotta say, you had the util advantage, now you kinda don't have that anymore. Gonna have very limited pieces remaining, but you do have a lot of control. You pressured A, rotations have left middle. And now you can move into Donut and squeeze this A side. HAVU, good luck holding this one. You only have one person really there with the name of Jello. And if he's getting caught off guard here with the molly and wasn't able to be pushing out, it should be the A side taken under control and Sinners to win another round. Look, B-Stick, mech that out, spraying and praying, using it as a sniper, but it works out wonderfully.
Yeah, there you have it. That's Puha finding the first one. Back up next is going to be Yellow, trying to retake, fight up against the SMG. Don't think it's going to work out great though. B-Stick still there, and they're running away. They're going in for the save. Yeah, this is going to be round number 3 here for Sinners. And it is definitely going to be moving their way across here. But are they going to be staying flawless? That's the question right now. Are they still going to be playing away with the Galils and the MAC-10s? I think no. Oscar will be going in for the push, as he should, really, with the SMG. Can't really find anything though, so that is going to be the round. And the economy here at play as well. Sinners, 3-0.
Questionable, HAVU. I think the A presence was shown. They were really expecting Sinners to play something else, but you had no intel, HAVU, right there. And they're sticking 3 towards B, with one that is hanging about in the window room, not really knowing where to go. HAVU need intel in that situation. Either go for a B push, jump spot into middle, or check into Donut to potentially see if there's something going on. Because right now, HAVU lost that first man, and that made the site of A open. Well, it wasn't even the A player that fell. That's right. That is insane to me. Sinners, playing this one well, making sure HAVU is not too confident in their rotations. We'll have to see if they are this time around, because a mid play can still be held by HAVU. Sinners, you know you are good in the tactical department, so don't just run into middle like that and give away free fights.
Okay, well now, they still have a bit more to learn. Sinners finally lose out some players, and HAVU will be having the man advantage. Can they keep on to it though? Timing here onto NeoFrank. He finds the headshot, looks on down towards Ramp, knows that there's another player there, but a sacrifice of B-Stick now. 2v3, make that a 1v3. Low HP though onto Otto and Arax. Could be the push on down here from NeoFrank. He needs to find another quadra just like he did on the pistol round. Can he make it happen, or is he running away to save? I think this might be the safe goal, or perhaps he's just running away to A. He's going to be meeting Yellow up next, and he finds the headshot! This was the win condition. Now, he has a chance to try to go in for the whole overall win. He's going to meet up Otto into the A site, and it's going to be Arax into B. Oh, how is this one going to go off, Jesse? Half HP onto NeoFrag. He doesn't have the info on how low these guys are, but he's going in for the contact play to B.
Kerrigan smoke towards A. We saw Mirage once coming through. Eric's will try to go fishing as he doesn't spot him out towards middle. He's expecting it to be mid, where the play will come through, while also not showing himself on the bottom of the ramp. Maybe timing will be key here. Will NeoFrag spot him? He won't, because the angle covers it nicely. Didn't spot him crossing. NeoFrag thinks B side is clear. Is going to try to plant. He will succeed in getting it down, but won't check the ramp. So it will be a kill and the round found, but at least some cash for Sinners. They won't have to worry about that department just yet, but they won't have it being flawless anymore, as HAVU is going to be looking to continue on striking for some success. And I do like the proactiveness that they throw in this round, right? Pushing towards the B ramp, I said it before, they need intel, and they did get that this time around.
There they go, first round on the board here for HAVU, much needed. And the fact that they also get to save away 2 guns is going to be really important. Their economy is going to be built up on a lot of saves coming out here for HAVU. So, full buy versus full buy. We still don't get to see an AWP from the T side, even though they had the cash for it. So, I'm presuming Sinners are going to be approaching this a bit more aggressively, a bit more initiatively towards the sites, right? They're going to be trying to do the same thing that the Guild Eagles were doing in the match previous on Ancient, where they just try to rush on down everything, right? They just try to press W and see how it works. And I think that is going to be the approach here as well, yeah.
Yeah, Ancient, more of a Berg style map, and that's what Sinners will try to use. Middle wasn't really working for them, so B ramp will be.
Play they're gonna have. Molly will fade, that's gonna allow for some spray. And that's well played from HAVU. They definitely know what they're doing.
And mid has been a problem point for Sinners in the past. You wanted to squeeze the guys from the top of the ramp. The fact that you still have an Arax that is pinching through the smoke makes it so damn hard, and Sinners get chipped away with it.
Now left down towards lane control. Sinners, 2 people waiting in front of double doors, forced to run out. Beastic cannot even touch those flames, or else he's dead. And Ait is really the sole hope into this round as he finds Puha. Shuts him down, looks in for the AWP as well. Let's see if he finds Otto on the trade back. 8 finds 2. And now makes it a 2v2. Beastic still left standing. Needs to pick up the bomb and run away towards A. As Ait has actually found an opening. Yellow is going to start peeking. What are those checks? My goodness! Beastic finds the headshot on 6 HP. 8 is all that remains right now. And he finds it! He kills him! Triple kill coming out of Ait. And somehow, someway, a 2v5, well, a 3v5 clutch coming out here for Sinners.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. 8 doing it. You get so much control if you're HAVU, but then it all falls flat. What a play coming through. NeoFrag there dying off the 1, but so crisp by this. On HLTV, you might be thinking, he's not the man to watch out for necessarily. His kills and his rating hasn't been too phenomenal. This man has been improving ever since he left that Entropic Prague team, and he's really coming into the Sinners team to frag, motivated as ever. And stable enough to use his aim to his advantage. Great flash, of course, being used, setting up 8 again to find a double. And he can deliver. The youngster doing it again while he's trying to find himself more. It's Puha up next. Puha should have a dink here. Yeah, it's a kill at least, so you know there's a beat to 50 on A. The Sinners have already found 2, so they're pretty much good to control this round.
Perfect smoke though thrown out here by Oscar.
He got a nade to the face at the in the early beginnings of the round, and now he threw away that smoke late, thinking it was gonna be an A hit, but instead look at everyone down on the minimap. It is gonna be a B hit instead, and Oscar is gonna fall away with the AWP. Uli and Puha now have weapons to pick up. They could even go for the save if they wanted to, with an AWP and an AK. I think that's down on A on Temple.
This would be great here for HAVU. They don't have a defuse kit either, so I think that is going to be the call made. Uli doesn't pick up the rifle, though. Am I just imagining that there was a rifle dropped? I'm pretty sure there was.
Yeah, he's looking for it right now as well. Yeah,
there
he has it. So that's good for HAVU, saving away some of those weapons. But yeah, you talked about it before, After on the CT side, you just need rounds. Their economy is going to be a pain in the ass for the most part. You do need to pick up rounds to build up something of your own. As of right now, you're really walking behind every single round that passes.
Yeah. Well, here we have a huge advantage here for Sinners off the bat on their own map pick, right? They're going to be starting things off here onto the T side as well. So the more they build up this infrastructure, the more they build up this just foundation laid out onto the first half, the easier it's going to get for them moving on into their city side of Ancient, which is still... We mentioned it before that it's a pug-style map, but it's still a pug-style map that caters towards that CT side. So the more they pick up here, the easier it's going to get, and the better off it's going to get for Nuke as well for Sinners, right? Because they're going to have more momentum, they're going to start reading into HAVU a little bit more, and even on their enemy's map pick, they're going to be making a couple of better decisions that is going to be lending them towards the end of this best of 3. But to start things off here for round number 7, it's going to be Otto finding one down with the AWP, and Arax continuing and following up along on B stick as well. Oscar left by himself on this B side, doesn't really know where to get out from, and yeah, he's really cornered on all sides. Zuli knows there's a player here, but everybody else from Sinners is really just letting this man stranded by himself. Oscar having to push, and the timing, oh! Oscar doesn't even get the frag onto Uli.
That is rough. Loses that. Sinners choosing to go somewhere else, but we've seen this 2 versus 5, or back then it was a 3 versus 5 before. Having the chance to stabilize. 8 left in the clutch to get out with Shock, who's yet to find himself a frag. Really trying to move their way through into middle. There comes the smoke and the flash into middle. Jello, blue flash, so might be able to find himself something. Doesn't even get caught off guard. Pua helps him to pick up both. And a flawless round goes to HAVU. That could be their entrance point back into the game. You save once, now you save with all 5, and you're putting out the cherry on top by winning the round.
Yeah. I mean, all of these timings coming out of Sinners were, well, some of them were really unfortunate coming out from Oscar. He got caught off, right? He should have connected a shot, he didn't. But then all the flashes coming on in here, HAVU just didn't care in that round. Flawless coming out of them, and their economy is going to keep on building and building up as Oscar finally goes in for the AWP. Sinners, they have to win this round, otherwise HAVU might just make a bit of an equalization point.
Yeah, this is important. How will Sinners execute it? Usually they're going to be going for some executes that aren't they? That should have been working. That has been working in the past, and 8 will blow open, so it's going to allow a shot. Otto won't connect with the second. The smoke is back up, so it can start punching the digits on this A site. And a 5 versus 5 retake coming through. This is where Ancient is kind of known for. There's a singular player still flanking in Neofrag. He's going all the way around from middle, while everybody from HAVU is going CT.
Not anymore, maybe not. Yellow is going to be taken on down as he peeks on in, and that is going to be Puha also falling on down to the next. Ike had a good angle there in the cubby, but he did fall in the end, and now a 2v4, not really much else to do. Neofrag on the lurk as well, connects onto Arax trying to run away. It's all up to Otto to have the AWP saved into the next round, but Neofrag still goes for more, man. He is really aggressive on this one, and yeah, you can see everybody on the minimap right now hunting away for Otto, and he is definitely gonna fall here, as there you have it, not even a single frag made yet from Otto. The op is gonna go down, and Sinners are gonna be picking up another round. 6-2, Jesse. This is already a huge beginning out here for Sinners.
Yeah, it really is. It's a good start, of course, on the map that you would think is pretty good. The thing I was a little bit concerned about was HAVU. I mean, they picked this map a lot of times, right? They played it 9 times, they lost it 9 times in a row, but they did pick it up a few times from it as well, 55% in total. So I felt like HAVU was still going to be prepared and feeling pretty comfortable in picking it, and you can see that they are, but some key pieces are missing. You open up very well, and then you can give away a 5 versus 3, which is rough. You usually wouldn't want that to even happen, even close to it. And on the CT side, it's really important to build up that economy. So one flawless round followed up by a 5 versus 5 retake on the A side. It's really been troublesome for HAVU to complete those retakes when they're playing them. We have to see if that's going to change, because if not, Sinner's going to walk away with this one, and then the dangerous map of Nuke will come, which I'm still not too sure about.
Yeah. Again, it's a tough situation for HAVU to be in, especially fighting up against Sinners, who are with this newer bit of roster, right? In the past month, they've really trained in together, had a lot of pracs together, and things are working out perfectly, right? Neofrag and Ites, the two newest additions, are having a lot of impact, right? 9-4, 8-5. Even though he falls here, he finds value, and now big damage onto Oscar as well. The AWP doesn't fall, but Shock does. HAVU still wanted to be aggressive, still wanted to peek on in. This time around, it's all up in the hands of Arax to try to deny. He's already found one. On the second, and now could find even more through the wall there. Good damage onto the T-sided players. 20 seconds left to plant away that bomb, and it's going to be Uli to find the rest of them as the bomb falls. Otto coming right back up, connect Oscar, and that's going to be B-Stick, the last man standing, going down to the graveyard as well. Another round for HAVU on the board.
And now a straight up execute is able to be held for HAVU. The spacing there a little bit off, having him alone inside of cave and then trying to retake it again. Doesn't seem like that smart of a plan. Neofrag probably thinking he could do it all himself. They're still on HAVU that is prepared and has setups going for them. They're not going to give up just like that. And they will definitely give up, because they know Sinners is now going to have a weaker buy. And the knife in the back of Arex doesn't really help with that. Now the Deagle can get a singular shot in and might actually take you away. So that could be the giveaway a little. While Arex goes up close, he's going to rush down. They won't switch up the strength because he's low. And it works because they've taken control over B-Ramp.
Yeah, but he's still on 39 HP without even seeing an enemy, so one of those Deagles could actually take him down. Gonna be pretty unfortunate if that does happen, but Arax does decide to play a little bit safe. Bomb left down on rotation towards the T-spawn. We've got ourselves 3 players on B, 2 on A, and really pushed up out here from 8 already onto A, but they're not gonna be rotating around. This is a round they're just gonna throw away. Sinners, they only want to find frags. Apparently, B-Stick already knows something we don't about where these guys are. That's going to be Otto shut down already with the AWP. Arax still doesn't peek on in, waits for his perfect opportunity. And the moment he does, could find himself on a frag. There you have it. But B-Stick being the IGL out here for Sinners, he isn't expected to really find a lot of openings. He does find the first one, goes down afterwards. Look at Shock on the lurk though, doesn't connect onto Uli either. So last man standing, Ice looking in for lonesome frags, nothing to be found. 6-4, HAVU. Flying 2 in a row.
Luckily, they pick up the eco round. It would have been rough seeing them lose it. This is going to allow options for them to come back in. And so far, the impact has been great. For Shock, maybe the least one you're going to be looking at to find, because Oscar currently on 4 kills. He still has that CT side yet to come, right? That's where the AWP will mainly shine, so for him, it's alright. I feel like Shock could be required to frag out a little more. He's been more of the entry fragger as well, being traded quite a bit by Neofrag and the player of Ides. So I feel like that's only going to be better on the CT side as well. Makes me more concerned about HAVU coming next. Well, for now, the pushes and the plays into middle have been working out. It hasn't worked out towards B though, because that's where Neofrag is. Oscar finds an opening towards middle, and everyone from HAVU is getting chipped off one by one into middle. And the bomb is going to be going down towards the A side. Should be having the final nail in the coffin put. Although Oscar, he's going to turn around. Yeah, that's a beautiful kill. Good timing found on Otto. Good read there from Oscar. Experience shown by Sinners to draw it back after the man advantage. They find themselves in a very good position to trade it back. In Neofrag finding a double right there on the ramp.
What a round. This was just complete chaos unstrung right here, right? It was just everything was a dogfight. They were going into all the sides of the map. They had 3 players down on mid, 2 on B. They fought it hard. They went in aggressive, HAVU, right? That was their big mistake. They went in out of position. They tried to find that penultimate round to at least get something out of this half, and they just couldn't. They got absolutely demolished on down by the people like Oscar, by Neofrag finding the double. Big nade down here on middle. Oscar left to 21 after he was hit away by the A1S. And now Shock left to try to push. 8 is as well down to half HP. And it's still gonna be a B hit, it looks like, as the bomb is left down there on rotation. Sinners. They've had great momentum up until now, right? It's 7-4. If it's gonna be 8-4 as well, gonna be even better moving into the second half. Oto spotted. 8 doesn't go down. Doesn't know about yellow either, though. And this is the last round of the first half as well, yeah.
HAVU surprised Sinners by going for aggressive plays before, so last round they tried it. This time around, they stayed back a little more passive, and this time around you would think, with the SMG and with the Deagle, you would kind of expect them to play a little more aggressive in a round like this, but staying back, allowing Sinners to go for a straight-up execute in B, and with Shock being the lurker this time around, it could be a great execute that can create some chaos and some pain on the side of HAVU in a, for example, lost cause. 2 in cave, though, and that will be where Neofrag is trying to open. He needs to find himself some kills right there, needs to try and pull them away. Well, they aren't doing so yet. Beastic will try and squeeze them through. Doesn't spot out Uli just yet, but now he will. Gets the kill, looks for a second. Beastic opening up while he's the IGL, getting it back like he's the absolute beast and the hero player coming in. Playmaker or not, he falls this time around. It's 8. Still left with Oscar while they're leaving each other at bay. That allows Pua to find something, but he runs into the hands from 8. Probably not gonna be the one to find this kill. Runs away. Oscar puts the nail in the coffin. Sinners claim themselves a beautiful half win. That last round was some chaos, but Beastic, man, he's playing absolute phenomenal this game. And he controls the half into an 8-4 for Sinners while we're switching sides.
100% great half coming out here for Sinners. Now, moving on in 8-4, right? Is this recuperable for HAVU, right? I mean, they're 4 rounds down into the T side of Ancient on their enemy's map pick. That doesn't really sound favorable, does it?
Nah, not really. I mean, I feel like HAVU is gonna have that solo fight that they could bring into the table a little bit more, go for those engagements while being a little bit more alone, but I felt like when they tried that against Sinners in the previous half, they went down quite a bit as well. So they were good in pushing together, taking space with 2. So that's also going to be the style that I hope they're going to be going for here on the T side. But even then, Sinners is going to have an answer. Is going to have their util down. So it's going to be very hard to break this setup from Sinner.
Yeah. For now, they are looking absolutely amazing. And starting off, so far, we've seen the CD side be quite content with winning out pistol rounds. At least that was the case for the last best of 3 that we got to cast. I don't know about this one. We'll see if Sinners can take it away here too. But they won the first pistol round. They're going to be looking in for the second one as well. Puha not going to be allowing things to happen that easily, though. Oscar already shut on down, and now trading back away from CT. It's going to be a little bit of damage onto Arax. Pushing on in aggressively, though. 13 bullets left in the mag on that Glock, and does he still have the life left to actually push the trigger? Bomb planted. Defuse kit onto Beastic with a smoke as well, but he's down to 10 HP. A single bullet will shut him down. P2000 comes around here from Ike. Let's see what he can find. Skirmish down onto Donut as well. Neofrag doesn't connect, and everything is just going from bad to a little bit better out here for HAVU, but I might have spoken a little bit too soon. 8 stuck out here in towards Temple is gonna fall down as well. Beastic trying to go in for the defuse. Can he stick it? No, he can't find the bomb. There you have it. It's gonna be a knife. Oh, man, he kills his own teammate. I don't believe it. Oh, imagine if Buha shut down his own teammate there and the defuse went through. That would have been absolutely insane, but it doesn't happen.
Okay, Pua, I mean, it's nice to bring in a knife into a gunfight, but please knife your opponent instead of your teammate. I mean, that's an advice I would give you, but honestly, ultimately it's a round for HAVU. They need a tactical timeout for it. I totally get why, because that was some craziness right there, but this is the thing you needed to find your way back into the game. You needed a pistol to find some comfort. You're going to be playing up against the force buy now for Sinners. Making sure they lose that one, you could be finding yourselves on 7 or maybe even 8 coming after. This is what HAVU wanted, and they got it in a very, very amazing fashion.
They did, didn't they? Tactical timeout over and out. Round number 14 here. After the pistol round is going to be taken out here by the T side. Sinners, they're going in for the force buy, as to be expected, but only a single MP9 and upgraded pistols along the way here. So where are they going to be sending Ait to? Right, he's 10 and 8. He's been doing a good job so far. 11 and 8 Beastic, 11 and 7 Neofrag. We've got fraggers online in the server. Thing is, though, is that going to be enough? Mac 10 runs and jumps and finds not one, but also the second with the help of Otto. Ait couldn't really find the frag in the end. Oscar holding it up out here from the smoke. Will be looking in to try to shut these guys down. The smoke doesn't really help his case, though. Still, HAVU gonna be looking in towards this B site. Only Shock left to be standing in the corner of Cave. And they need to start finding these frags if they want a chance to round Sinners 3v5. Definitely not gonna be easy. Will the Shadow betray Puha, though? Don't think it will. Check, spotted, and killed. There we go, Oscar. Lines one should drop it away towards Shock. B-Stick holding down the line here. Ooh, amazing headshot. Down on Uli up first. Let's see the 5-7 connecting onto Arax as well. I don't believe it. From a 3v5, now it's down to a 2v3. HAVU not in a good place whatsoever. Mac-10 in behind the bomb as well. Could find Otto here. Gets the first one, and all that's left is going to be Yellow finding one, and not the second. Incredible Sinners. They managed to win the force by 3v5.
Yeah, that's the power of Sinners right there. You pull it back and HAVU in shambles. They were so good looking. This is what they wanted. With the re-aggression and kind of the inability to be aware of the HAVU team. You put a player there next to the window. Sure, it's good for flanking, but you might want to get yourself a little bit too far. Play proactive. You're playing against pistols. They're gonna go looking. And they did not do so. HAVU, I don't think in their voice calls is sort of any control at the moment. And I do totally get why, because at the moment it is rough for them. They have found pistols. They thought they had a way back in. This must be a mental destroyance at the moment for the team of HAVU to deal with this. Let's hope the team gets through it, but I wouldn't personally if I was in their spot. I wouldn't be able to mentally recover for this before the next map.
I don't know. It's a really tough position to be in, and of course when you're in the moment, when you're in the heat of the moment, you can't really think extremely clearly either. With the experience that these guys have, I'm sure that, yeah, Sinners would have no issue if they were being put in HAVU's place, but have to remember, there's some 17-year-olds out here for HAVU as well, right? They've got new players joining up. This is a team that has been playing out for a while together, so they still have to get together and figure things out, and that is going to be taking a little bit of time, which I don't really think they have in this best of 3. Although it's still the first map, so it could be wrong, Jesse. It could just be HAVU having a bit of a slower start, but these MPIs are cleaning up house here, picking up kill bonuses left and right. And that is how things are going to be ending off as well. Beastic on the Quadra, having enough money for an AWP now if he wants to. But yeah, overall, Sinners are definitely looking a bit above HAVU right now.
Yeah, but look how much kills HAVU has still gotten, right? It's not bad the way HAVU has played. They've gotten in comfortable spots, but 2 or 3 times Sinner's been able to pull back a 5 versus 3. Or 3 versus 5, or 2 versus 5 then rather. It's just been HAVU that making some silly mistakes. Otherwise we would have been able to see some more coming forward. And maybe a good example from it while we're seeing this round roll by very fast. I'll get to it in a little bit. All this here, B-Stick and Oscar lining up for 2. Oscar helping for more. Now Shock is there. And it's all falling apart. It's Sinners winning it. And 11 now on the board. The example I want to give, right? Okay. So let's say HAVU, they've picked a lot of times this map of Ancient as well. I give the example of Jano, another Finnish team. At some point, and this is a true story, they had 23 matches in a row on Inferno they lost. But they picked it time and time again. And sometimes they were in front. Sometimes they made it to double digits. But then they lost a round 3 versus 5. And I'm seeing the same here from HAVU. It's history repeating itself for the Finnish teams. And it's so unfortunate, because things are good initially. But then, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's the scene out there that they still want to force out certain maps because they feel like they can actually find that surprise factor, actually try to win it out, even in double digits, as you mentioned. But yeah, right now, HAVU are nowhere near double digits. They're nowhere near actually trying to beat on down Sinners. It's only a hero AK coming out of Arax. Doesn't even connect on the frag there to Shock. He tries to run away, actually employs the smoke and gets out. So Sinners should be able to get to 12 here. And once they do that, then as much as I don't like to jinx things, it should be over. Don't think I'm jinxing that from 12 to 5, right?
Yeah, I mean 11 to 5 at the moment, but let's hope
Yeah.
if they win it, I would definitely say so. HAVU then are very disjointed. They do have some cash to invest, but that won't be mattering too much. I mean, it's crazy. Sinners have been playing well, so I'm definitely on with you on that one. I feel like right now it's a very slim chance for HAVU to even get close to winning this one. And the Galil from Neofrag is peppering away. Make it 3. Quick success. I'd still on the side itself. An MP9 that can also deal with some of the players. Yup, putting the nail in the coffin. It's a flawless round for Sinners. Give them cash, give them money, and give them the map.
Yep. And yeah, this from Neofrag. That is just beautiful to see, right? Just tapping away, bursting it down. Exactly. I don't know, I'm finding these references perhaps because we've literally just seen it last map and it was Ancient too, but I'm finding a lot of correlations between Sinners and Guild Eagles, right? Because the way that they shoot is kind of the same thing. It's satisfying to see how they go in for these sprays, for these really well-neutered and well-bred kind of sprays. I can't put it into words.
Yeah,
it's really
no,
good to see.
I mean, spraying in CS2 is ass at the moment, and it
Yeah.
will always be. So that bursting mode is kind of the new style of going about things. You don't see more spray downs because it's just very hard. The spraying has gotten a whole lot more like Valorant, for example. A very bad name to put in, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I mean, the spray also in a game like Valorant, it's all about bursting because spraying is very random and it's very hard. The strike we are watching, and here we are. As I said, 12-6. HAVU was allowed to win themselves that post plant. While we're in the next round with the Oscar falling flat, it's an entry found for HAVU. And 5 versus 4 that will be taken with it. As they're positioning themselves to go into B. It will be a little rough. B-Stick will not go unchecked by Jello, and that's well played. You're clearing ramp. Because you know that might be dangerous to still work about. And those are the players that usually make the impact for Sinners to find it back. This time around, that's not possible. Because they clear every angle. They clear every nut and cranny. They're going to have 7 still on the board.
Yep. 7 on the board here. So now they're starting up on the comeback, right? They're starting to bring it back. Although, let's see how it's going to be paid off by this one. As it should be. 5 rounds that they have to take in a row to take us into overtime. That's not going to be easy. That is really something they're going to be struggling with. Especially seeing that economy is still great here for Sinners. They don't have to worry about a single thing.
Yeah, for now they will, but the city economy will soon start to fall a little. So we're gonna see some ecos for sure coming in. And the only problem for HAVU, or the only task for HAVU rather, is just to continue on fighting. Win every round that you can. There's no loss right now. There's only winning. For Sinners, yeah, it's still about managing some of that economy to get as many full buy rounds as possible. And you can see, Anthro, they're getting 2.4 thousand going for them next round. That's not going to be enough for a full buy. Maybe on some, but not at all. So they're going to go for an eco next. That could mean HAVU is finding their way back into the game.
Maybe, but it's gonna be a gamble, and 8 already finds good damage onto 1, and Arax is down to 60 as well, maybe down to 0 with the help of Oscar. There you have it. This is gonna be taking us from a 5v5 to a 3v5 into the site. Oscar is gonna get spotted out as well. Puha's gonna fall up next. 8 finally traded out, but Beastic is still there, left standing, and all that's left is gonna be Yellow into the 1v3. Can he find the Quadra to keep his team in the game? Post-plant scenario as well. He's looking for the bomb, spotted out 1, shuts down the AWP, looks in for the back of the site, has to reload. Fuel injector goes out on the top, tries to find the info, naded on out though and taken down. 13-7, Sinners manage to take out their own map pick here out of Ancient to take us into the Nuke map for the second one here. The map pick coming out from their enemies.
Yeah, HAVU having a chance to stabilize here, but it won't be taken away anymore from Sinners. They're the ones taking Ancient, and it was, as well as for the Guild Eagles side, of course, we saw prior to this game what happened. Ancient was played well by the team that picked it, but now we're gonna see something cheeky in the map of Nuke, a map that I'm very much looking forward to see what HAVU is gonna bring with their new additions, with their new team against a well-organized and well-playing Sinners. We're gonna see how that's gonna be, but before that, we're dropping into a short break. We're preparing ourselves for Nuke, the map pick from HAVU. When we return, we'll be there. We'll see what they can do on that map. See you soon.
Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
Sinners do what they are supposed to be doing by winning that first map in a 13-7 fashion. It's Ancient that was played. Nuke up next with HAVU having the chance to control this best of 3 series in their own mapping. Still joined to be Atro, me, myself, Dutchboy, or Jesse obviously here with you for this final best of 3 that we're going to be casting. We still have 2 more coming after this with 2 new faces joining you. But so far, a lovely day of Counter-Strike, and it could just get a little better, Atro, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could get a little bit better. First best of 3 definitely wasn't what we were expecting it to be, but now into the second one, Sinners have already taken it down onto a respectable 13-7, but I would say one that perhaps HAVU would have liked a little bit more on that Ancient. So now, going on to Nuke, they've got their chance to try to bring it back to a 1-1 on the best of 3, although I personally don't really see that being the case. I mean, Sinners individually are just out of this world when you compare them to HAVU, right? Because HAVU, even though they've gotten some good frags, even though they had some good moments, we couldn't really get to see them to their full potential. We couldn't really get to see them playing as a team, more as a couple of individuals trying to do their own things, and well, on Ancient that didn't really work out, and I know for a fact that Nuke isn't necessarily one of those maps where you can actually play individually and still try to win.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, for the side from HAVU, one great aspect would be to not throw those rounds away that you had a very good grip on. But that will be a little bit tough as well on that T side now, starting things off. Instantly finding the grip, instantly finding that strength. It will be very, very tough. And on a map that is in fact Nuke, of course, when you are a man down or a man up on that CT side, it's also a little bit hard to maneuver your way around, because you can still be trying to go somewhere else. The rotations are very important then on how you're doing so. I think Sinners have a very good chance at taking this map still. We're waiting for it to be closed. Here we are on Nuke, Sinners versus HAVU, that second map of the best of 3, to see who's going to go 1-0 inside of the Swiss stage, and who will still be continuing to lose out a little bit more ever so slightly.
Remember, guys, you can check out our partners on over at Hellcase and at SkinsPlace. Use code CCT for 10% bonus on your first 2 deposits. But remember, bet responsibly, gamble responsibly, and also buy cases responsibly, because we gotta be careful with our money. So, with that said, HAVU starting off on the T side, full Wing on into the A side. Shock didn't even know what pummeled him down out here onto A, and that is an amazing intake that we just saw out of HAVU. They pressed W, they found 3 frags, and they planted the bomb. That's it, as easy as it gets. Oscar finds a nice little trade down onto Otto in from short, but that's all they'll be able to find, as Oscar is left down into 1v3. Can he tap away 3 heads to try and have a shot at this one? I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Wow. Jumping back in, out here from Squeaky. Oscar biting away the time. He's definitely not going to be defusing this round. So the pistol round goes in favor of HAVU either way. Let's just see how many he can find. Door playing away with it. Oh my goodness. Actually just toying away with Oscar here at the end. Uli shuts him down, and this is going to be 1-0 for the T side.
This is what happened on Ancient as well. HAVU picked up the pistol and didn't manage to win up the following. We don't know if Sinners is gonna have that force by this time around, because considering this map is somewhat CT-sided, you might want to have those M4s out a little bit later. Nah, never mind. It wouldn't be Sinners if they're not gonna go for that force buy nevertheless. Making sure they have that buy in round 4. But losing this, and HAVU gets a good grip on their own map pick, and that's not something I would necessarily want to give away towards HAVU. So Sinners is going to give all they can get out of this round. They're going to give all that they can give. But an A push again, pushing their way through. Jello with an instant double. Oh wow, Mac-10s are peppering away onto the A side, and flank bin held. Oscar had a Nova, still has one, but not in the best of positions to use it though.
I feel like we found out why Nuke was picked away here by HAVU. Their aggression towards this T side is absolutely incredible, right? They have all the strategies already laid on now. They're just pressing full W and it works. And if it keeps working, never change it, right? So Sinners, they need to find some way back into this one. But after this force buy going horribly wrong, I don't think we're gonna get to see anything but a 3-0 out here for HAVU following in the next round.
Yeah, and then we're gonna start to see how we'll Sinners be adapting of course into it. Because you lose out the round now, you give it away flawless. HAVU cannot just continue on pushing A. I mean, if it works, you can, but it won't work. Sinners is gonna be adapting to it, and then they're gonna have to try something else, which is where things will get a little interesting, and Sinners will show their true colors. For now, as you said, that 3-0 looks pretty much taken. 2 Zeuses to deal some damage, 2 Zeuses to potentially get some kills, but that is probably all that they can do.
3 Zeuses, actually. They're going in for a Zico. When was the last time we got to say that? Right, that's always a bit of fun, especially the new, well, quote-unquote new Zeus, right? That update has been rolled out for, like, already a couple of weeks, right? Even a month or two. So, the kilowatt case has had its way around. I'm surprised we don't get to see any Zeus skins yet. Besides the actual Zeus one. But coming into round number 3 here, Sinners holding down the line for B. They're doing exactly as you mentioned, right? They're thinking that this is going to be a B hit, knowing that HAVU won't really be pushing A thrice in a row. And they didn't. They're going in towards secret. Contact play coming in down to the stairs. Let's just see if the Zeus's are actually going to be able to find at least one. Probably they will, though. Uli coming in down here on the long peak. It's gonna be 1 in the second. Yeah, the Zeus are not getting anything done into this one.
Unlucky. Would have liked to see some zap, stab, trap all coming in. But no trap that will be seen. Shock that is on a very far position now, so he won't be able to use that Zeus from Silo. He tried to find something, an overview over the map or an overview over something, but yeah, Sinners kind of just want to see what they can get into this round, but a round winning play is probably not going to be able to be found unless Shock is going to use some shock to kill Jello. He's soon going to walk into it, so this could actually become a little bit interesting. That Zeus will fade away from the flash. Will Jello push through, or is he going to stick back? I think he's expecting this. Yeah, he really is. Threw a flash already. Now a little cautious. And Shock, that is gonna get himself a Zeus kill. At least we get it. So that's nice. But it won't be mattering too much for the sake of the game itself. As HAVU is still gonna be up 3-0 nevertheless.
They are gonna have 3-0, but at the very least 2 guns were taken away in that exchange. The Zeus managed to find 1. And I mean, yeah, overall, now we're going into the real game, right? Now we're starting up the 4th round in the full buy versus the bonus. Still, quote-unquote, as we do have the Galil in play coming out of yellow, but you can't actually, onto yellow and Puha, but you can't actually call that on a full buy. It's going to be full util, full time along here onto the money as well. Looking decent. Starting things out into lobby, HAVU gonna be trying to make their way across here to the A side once more. They're not gonna be doing it in the same fashion they did on the pistol round. Molotov down into the second vent, and now the push power comes on through here. It's gonna be 1, 2, and then the 3rd trades out for Uli as he shuts down Shock and the IGL. B-Stick is gonna be taken down. Sinners trying to hold on to the A side, got completely skinned alive here. The bomb will be planted on down. HAVU still on the advantage positionally wise here. Arax checking on down towards the vent. And Uli still being alive here on 6 HP, needs to stay inside of the side, checks into heaven. Oh, Oscar. Surely a dead man walking, right?
He's trying. It will come from heaven. Might allow Oscar to walk his way up. He's able to find Eric's, yet Jello down low. Gonna find himself a little bit of a fight. Wins it. Oscar threw a nade, which would have been his demise, but in fact, Jello peeks up front to get the kill. And that's delivering HAVU their 4th. And now things are starting to become a little troublesome for Sinners all of a sudden.
Yeah, 4-0. We didn't even get to see that in the first map, right? HAVU were at least able to pick one up here randomly on that pistol, but yeah, now Sinners needing to find something desperately. Will be going in for another eco. They could have forced bot if they really wanted to into this round, but don't think there was a need for that here. They would have broken economy completely. Going outside though, HAVU one more time trying to hit on over to this B site. But finally, a good defense coming out of Sinners onto the sites. They're playing for the extremities. Not going on in all out for one site. Even as they did that before though, didn't really work out. Puha breaking his legs a little bit there. Didn't matter too much though. Deagle spam away and checking down in towards garage. Should be at least one player spotted. 5-7 ready to intake. Puha close to Ide here. Who's gonna find who first though? Moves on in towards heaven. Surely will get hurt at some point. Stick MP9 goes down. SMG's out of the fight. HAVU definitely have the advantage and should have the round as well. 10-0 on yellow, by the way.
Yeah, he's playing it phenomenally well with the Mac 10. Hua had some trouble, the latter not being his friend. But Neofrag has a deagle that becomes his friend because of that kill. Can Sinners still find their way back in? It's Oscar that has a lurk from lobby, a jump from shock that will not get anything done. So Sinners that have at least lost themselves the round now with the confirmation that Neofrag is saving. They're not even attempting for it, which makes total sense. HAVU up 5-0, and their money is starting to become a problem. As Yellow, as you said, hasn't died yet. He's gonna go over $10,000 already in his purse.
That's a lot of cash, man. He can buy up at least 2 buys and then a half buy as well. And that's even if you wouldn't find any money after this run. So he's completely fine when it comes down to the economical front. HAVU, 5 rounds in a row though. I think that's even more important, right? The fact that they managed to string together 5, 12k on the back for Yellow. Everyone is happy out here for HAVU. Sinners just haven't found their way back into the game. I don't know at this pace if they will. It's the CT side of Nuke. They'd be expecting at least 1 round by now. But we're going into round number 6 with a full buy, and this is the first time we get to see an AWP in play as well here for this map. So let's see if Oscar can put it to good use or not, as he's not going outside with it, as you would commonly think. He's going down towards ramp.
Yep, going fast, so is Bua. They try to push A. This time, it will be held by the molly from B. Stick on a shock. Will die instantly. Bua himself burning to a crisp. It's a 4 versus 4. He's pulled up. AKs are secured. Sinners, they need to stabilize. They need to find their way into this game to some extent. Because, sure, you still have that TE side, but you want to take as many rounds as possible in the CT. The maximum that you can find is 7 at the moment. So Sinners are losing some of that prowess here early in this game. Well, they're now not going to be pushed by A anymore that easily. It's lots of waiting for HAVU, while the end result will mostly be the same. They're holding for lobby aggression. And in the meantime, it looks like just with a minute left on the clock, that bomb is looking to walk in A when there's about 30 left.
Yeah, just Mexican standoff right now, waiting for that push on A. Finally getting a move on though. It's gonna be Beastic trying to first intake out here onto Squeaky. Timing is everything though. He already looks away. Smoke on down as the Molotov hands on over to the second vent. Beastic Still waiting for the push to happen, but it already did, and he doesn't know about it. Yellow finds 2. Oh my goodness, that Mach 10 goes absolutely insane. Yellow still yet to die. And another round overtaken by HAVU in just a second as they push. Uli sure he's gonna go down. Oscar trying to find a retake. 1v3. Makes it a 1v2 now. Doesn't want to give away the op. Picks up the AK. Let's see how he goes about it. No defuse kit either. No utility even to play. He needs to find ARAX onto this one. There's no assurance that he's gonna check the timing. It's absolutely insane though. He doesn't check up onto Hut. Sees one, but the timing. Oh, it's everything. Finds him. Taken away though. He's gonna run away. Needs to pick up the AWP. Goes in for Yellow. Spots him and shuts him down. It's the first death. But he didn't have the defuse kit. So even though he clutched the 1v3, he's still gonna go down in the end. Sinners not looking great whatsoever right now. 6-0. HAVU are making quick work of Nuke.
Yeah, disjointed. The fact that Yellow can find so easily a double right there is crazy to me. No one watching for that squeaky door. There needs to be responses from Sinners as to what HAVU is doing. And yeah, Yellow dying for the first time will definitely help with the scoreline that they've started to build up. For Sinners though, it will become more and more important that they're gonna have rounds to their name. It's more and more important that they're gonna get themselves rounds on the board. I already said it before. You want to get as many rounds as possible on that CT side. The max that they can get is now 6, and that will lower every round that passes, with the buy from HAVU getting constantly provided by themselves. It will be a very rough time. You don't have the AWP out on Oscar. You don't want to lose that opening fight that bad. Again, Shock died there. Beastic had to trade with a Molotov. But there's no way you're allowed to take a 4 versus 4 that easily. Sinners need to try and deny that entry point from happening.
Ooh. Great movement coming out of Neofrank. He goes on up and now tries to peek on down. Uli doesn't manage to take him out here. Spots him though. The info's out. Somebody's outside. They don't know about anyone down on garage because there's nobody there. But the big nade coming on through. Ota falls down to 37 artillery strikes. In from heaven and above. Neofrag trying to peek on down towards the low HP ARAX as well. Will be able to shut him down. Now looking in for the second. Gets him as well onto Uli. There you have it. 2 for 1. Traded on down. Beastic gonna be using his IGL prowess up from the heavens as the spectator and Oscar having to hold. Opens down to the double doors. Shuts that Ono out. Looks in for the second. Yellow finally trading it all back though. 3v2. Low HP down onto Neofrag as well. And P9 coming on in here from CT and from ramp. Can they hold? They're going in for a Yellow. Aggressive finds one and then the second Yellow. So damn good here on the push. Yellow is just insane.
Yep, this is his map. This is HAVU's map. Finnish Counter-Strike seems to be back, at least in this series. We're seeing this type of Counter-Strike more often. HAVU definitely the chance to take it. The traits are there, the fights are there, and just in general, the individuals they're lining up, but it's just a singular player really doing it all. Yellow doing it all, and Sinners cannot stop him really. Sinners pulled back towards an anti-eco round, so probably gonna allow HAVU to find an 8 here already on this first half.
Imagine 8 rounds in a row here. Absolutely just insanity coming out, and you think that this sort of performance would be coming out of Sinners, right? But no, it's actually HAVU coming out and actually taking out their own map pick here, being just incredible. Out of a single player putting most of the work on his back though. Jello has been doing so damn much work. Now, gonna be up to Oscar on the hero who wants to try to deny the outside push coming out here. But it's only gonna be Uli onto it. Everybody else laying down low onto lobby. Sinners not moving past their stations, finally being a little bit more diligent here onto the CT side. We've seen really aggressive plays coming out of them, and that is why they've lost a lot of the time. But now, HAVU are gonna be the ones to try to go in again.
Here they come. Molly. Pua finding himself the opener again. 5v4 instantly taken away from outside. Uli finds the kill. It just all works out for HAVU. Neofrag finds it back, but with the limited buys, with limited everything, Sinners won't be allowed to get anything done. And again, it's a fast A play that works out. HAVU, they wait a few moments, they wait a minute, they wait 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. They're always gonna take the A side out of the hands from Sinners. They need to wake the F up at the moment.
Hell yeah, they do. 8-0. HAVU are getting close to them winning on the first half. Out here basically throughout the whole map, and are going to be taking us to the third if things continue on this way. Full buy though coming out of Sinners. AWP down onto Oscar, and we've got ourselves rifles finally to play. I think this is only like the third maybe actual full buy we get to see out of Sinners in a round, so gonna be a good start coming out of the IGL. Arax will be shut on down as Sinners looking to try to deny the push outside. HAVU going to just bring it back. Good little nade there to open up the smoke wall. Finds Neofrag. But Neofrag finds you first. Puha down to 1 HP only. The push will happen. Oscar finds one. No push anymore. I think we're going to be seeing the first round on the board here for the Sinners side. And there we have it. Puha's going to fall down as well. Oscar good on the off finally. And this is going to be the Czech side managing to pick up their first.
Yeah, Czech side able to do so. One kill for Jello there, of course, in the round. I mean, he's doing his job again. He's getting the one. He needs his team to get on with them to continue on. But a great hold for Sinners. Good rotations coming in. You can see HAVU. They don't try their better bread and butter of the A. They're going into outside, and that's where Sinners is still allowed to find themselves something. Oscar had to rotate around multiple times, which has caused him with the AWP to have not the impact that he wants to. Now again, HAVU knows A works. HAVU knows that they can go for a fast A split. There's also goes on main, drops down. They're going to split towards the A side, and they have taken it under control. Sinners again fall flat, because HAVU is too good in executing A. It's A and A and A, and no B that Sinners says. They need to respond, but there's nothing coming out of them.
Yeah, really just... Right now, Sinners are being battered, bruised, and torn away, torn apart. As I wasn't expecting this, honestly. When we first started off Nuke, I thought, okay, they just managed to win 13-7 on their own map pick. They're feeling confident, they're feeling good, we've seen what they were capable of. They should be fine into trying to take these guys down onto the second map as well. But no, HAVU bring it back, right? It wasn't the problem that Sinners were too good. It was the problem that HAVU just didn't have enough of a wake-up call. So now that they did, look at how it's going, right? They're finding themselves to 9-1 on the first half, on the T side of Nuke as well, right? Sure, it's their own map pick, but it's still the T side. You'd be expecting that Sinners would be able to put up a couple more on the board. If HAVU managed to find even one more here, double digits would be insane to pick up on the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised to see, like, I'm not too sure what Sinners can do at the moment to stop these pushes. I mean, they've tried to push outside, put a little more presence towards the A side, and with that kill being found, HAVU can go for a squeeze, and Sinners is again getting blocked from doing anything. This time around, it's outside frag with Neofrag not getting too close, and Oscar to help with the op, so this could be the stabilization that is required as HAVU chooses to go towards the outside once more. Rotation from Ait will come through from the ramp, as HAVU is gonna walk their way through, trying to move their way into the side already. Huli getting dropped with a bomb, he's disjointed from his team, and Ait that has already arrived, looking to deny anything from happening here for the side from HAVU. They tried to wiggle their way into the site. Bomb didn't cross, kills are not coming through, and Sinners is gonna get themselves a second round, but it's one of many that are yet to be found.
Yeah, but a very much needed round out here from Sinners on the penultimate round of the first half. They've only got one more chance into the CT side to at least try to get on over to a 9-3 split. As they're gonna be moving into the T side. Now, Jesse, walk me through how you think T side for Sinners is gonna go, because so far we've seen very passive-aggressive plays coming out of Sinners, and they just haven't really had a strong idea, a strong strategy behind them in towards this nuke so far. So I don't know how it's going to go. Look at Oscar though. Oh my goodness! The aggression even connects in through the wall there, finds two, and now look at Aiko as well, finds the headshots on the multi-frag. All that's left is gonna be up to Uli, and at least a good resurgence out here for Sinners to find 3 on the board.
I mean, I'm honestly seeing this still go completely wrong for HAVU. I mean, I'm I didn't want to say it necessarily, but now you're asking me. Sinners, they find 2 rounds in a row back. Their T side will be a whole lot less aggressive than the one from HAVU has been. And we've seen what Sinners can do on the T side of Ancient. That's going to be insane to see these aggressive plays now already coming in, kind of preparing themselves for that T side that's yet to come. I feel like Sinners is still going to have a good time. I think Sinners is still going to have a pretty good opportunity to win this game. For that, the pistol round will kind of have to be won. I feel like otherwise, HAVU, we're saying goodbye to them, or we're saying GG's to them for being able to take it. Otherwise, Sinners, if they can get a good grip, if they can get the cash at the point where HAVU was at some point in time, that is your way back into the game. That's like your entrance ticket towards a map win. So I feel like Sinners definitely have that chance. There need to be some points coming up. B-Stick is experienced enough to have that IGLing to a point where HAVU is going to struggle with it. There's a lot more utilization of outside. It's a lot less about, okay, we're going to trug in a wall and we're just going to run down. No, they will use alternative walls to take control. They will use a wall and then they're going to drop into main. They will use a wall and then they will take garage. Sinners is going to play a lot more versatile in that regard, so I feel like that's going to help it and keep HAVU at bay at some times. But I'm looking at it still being a little bit confused as to how this half slipped away so far from Sinners.
I don't know. Maybe that could go in that direction, but at the same time, I think it's gonna take HAVU by surprise once or twice, and then they're going to be able to adapt too, right? The individuals, again, are there. We've gotten to see Otto on that AWP finding good impact, but Jello, man, Yellow has been insane, 16-5. That is why HAVU have found so many rounds. It's because of that man alone finding the entry of the day, right? Managing to enter up into the site and Mac 10 in hand, taking down 2, 3 at a time, just opening up entire avenues of play for the team. And Sinners just really can't shut him down, right? There were perfect economical plays, there were perfect utility usages coming out of HAVU this map. So again, they were very prepared for nuke, I feel like. And coming on down to this nuke, Sinners, if they don't do something drastic again, then I don't see a way of them coming back into this one. But the last map is going to be Mirage, right? So that, if we do get there, onto the decider, then I think that's going to be the most exciting one of all.
Yeah, I mean, it's again a map that Sinners don't necessarily play that much, and against an HAVU, which are fairly new, Mirage could be that wild card that we're gonna see. You know, reverse card being pulled, they're gonna do the same as HAVU did, run fast A. For now, a double trade back will be found. It's all down to Shock, struggling in the first map and in the previous matchup, but now against Arex, having a chance to deliver and to fully pull his team back on the ropes in the rings. Arex is trying to chase. At what point will Shock start going for the plan? At what point will he be pulling the plug out, just holding heaven? Knows Arex was there. But as soon as he starts doubting himself, maybe he's going to try to go for a fake. That would be possible as well, to bait Arex into a swing. And he knows he's heaven. Now he's starting to doubt himself as well. You could say either an heaven side plant with a fake, or you're gonna go for a main side plant. He's still holding his nerve. He needs to win the fight, but he misses. When you're under the player on heaven, you need to win that fight. But that is the Shock that we saw in the previous matches as well. He is not fully ready for all these peaks. I don't know. It's not working out for him that much. He has to get himself back together to get back into this game. But this is a fight that he has to win, unfortunately.
Yeah. Doesn't win that one, basically loses his team the game here. Double digits on HAVU. They win both pistol rounds out here into nuke. So, again, they picked it for a reason, right, Jesse? We know why they did it now. HAVU looking pretty damn good on the map. Now, looking on down towards what's going to be, how this one's going to be ending off, right? Not a lot of chances for Sinners to climb their way back in through this one. They would need at least 8 rounds in a row here. Or actually, they would need 9 in a row to get to overtime. So, sure, we've seen 8 in a row coming out of HAVU. I don't think we're going to get to see 9 in a row from Sinners, but anything's possible, I guess.
We'll see. We're first going to have to go towards 11 here, HAVU, unless this one has something to say.
That's a nice headshot, starting things off from Shock. I mean, Neofrag found one as well. Puha going to be trading it back, making it a 3v3 still. But They found 2 very nasty kills outside, and now they're just chilling. They're going back, trying to head on over to cave. Not to cave, to ramp, my bad. Still left on ancient.
They're gonna go secret. Control from Neofrag. But you have to cross that yard, and that is still pretty dangerous if you ask me. Eric can clear that at any given time, but I don't think he's gonna do so, because he's just watching for the main cross. He knows one is in secret, so they're holding every angle. But it's required for Puha to step up. It's really required for him to do the damage. That's one already. That will be a second. And there's the third. A quick 1, 2, 3 for HAVU to pick it up. And so 11 will be found. Now, as we said before, Sinners need to find at least 9 in a row to make us go to overtime. 10 will be the victory. But it will be very rough. T-side economy will suit you very well to get rounds in a row and to have that safety net. But that safety net is now not even needed anymore, because you lose 2, you're out.
Yeah, there is no safety net. There is nothing to be done here besides go flawless. And honestly, going flawless is not really something that I'd be expecting 100% right now coming out of Sinners. If this was the first map on Nation, maybe. But right now, definitely not. Struggling is a bit of an understatement here. Onto Nuketown. But Oto holding it out outside here with the AWP. Pushing out through the wall of smoke. Sinners just contact playing it along here. Can they get the secret without taking any damage? Ooh, there we go. Doesn't even take any damage, and Oto's gonna fall down as well, so a nice little start out here for Sinners. Can you find a second down on Garage? Yes, you can, Neofrag. Well played, coming on outside and shutting down the double. Now, perhaps another headshot, shot connect. We could be seeing another round here for the Sinners side.
Yeah,
There we go.
quick burst, quick plays, and with 5 players being alive, we'll see if that's going to be happening. No, it won't. I was going to say, with 5 players alive, you're going to have AKs and ops into the next round and the ones to follow. So that will be great for Sinners to be in that position, and that is at least the first thing you kind of had to find before you would be starting to look at a comeback potential. Yellow is trying to save his AK. Well, the rest from the team of HAVU is not going to have too much going for them in the economy department. So HAVU is looking to go for a little bit of eco hell before they're going to be in eco heaven afterwards. With the CT being very rough to constantly keep on buying. That is, again, an entrance point Sinners can find there. And it makes the T side a little bit easier to find more in a row. But they're going to have to come in with very ambitious fights, very ambitious strategies here. Beastic is going to have to call a stellar haul for Sinners.
Yeah. And that's definitely not going to be easy, right? Especially on a map that it looks like Sinners aren't having the greatest of times on. Although, the fact of the matter right now is that HAVU in general have been looking like they're just ready to go. They're just ready to take every single round so far. And even on a round like this one, even though it's a forced buy, we could still be seeing greatness coming out of these guys. AK saved away on Jello. He's 18 and 6. Coming on away though. Sinners having it to hold it down. One more round and we get the match point. But Neofrag is not going to be letting that happen, Neofrag. He opens up every single round here for Sinners. If it wasn't for him, the entries here would have been really tough. And look, Jesse, the man you were so happy to see him play finally, coming out of Entropic Prague, right? Ait, having such a tough day today, right? I mean, on the first map he was looking a little bit better, but now 5 and 11.
Yeah, I mean, he played on ramp, and HAVU didn't go there. They were on A. He was playing A retake simulator, so it really doesn't work out that much for him. Now on the T side, he's going to be waiting in lobby, so he's not really put in positions to frag out that much. I feel like he's going to have to hold on to these players pushing in towards lobby. Still excited to see him here. He's doing his job, while Sinners, you have players required to step up. If your A defense falls flat within 10 seconds, it is really hard to find yourself some rounds. Now he hasn't seen them cross into lobby, so he knows they must be inside of ramp still. Might be going for a play, but I think he's waiting for a friend of him to join. B-Stick and him are most likely going to try to fight their way into ramp. He's gone alone, while the double peek from Heaven will come in. It won't allow him to go for any fights either. No one comes to help. And no one will be helping him to push his way through.
Oh.
That is unfortunate. Eric's dying. No money for him as well to buy up. As HAVU wanted to have 4 rifles in this eco round, they now have only 3.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, 3 isn't half bad either. If you want to talk about economy, though, taking a look on down to Sinners, they're still fine, right? That's not the problem. The problem is they're 6 rounds down right now, and they still need to claw their way back into this game somehow. And to try to win it in regulation as well, they would need to go flawless from this point onwards, right? They would need to win so many rounds back to back. But if they could do it, that would be the comeback of the tournament right now, the comeback of the season for the CCT for now.
And for now, Neofrag, he has to be stopped on outside. He's been able to find openers every single time, and with the wall of smokes down, if HAVU doesn't put an end to it, it's going to be their bread and butter to use. And Neofrag is a player that can constantly find himself openers, can constantly adapt it a little bit. It's up to how HAVU responds to it.
Yeah. 2 MP9s on HAVU as well. Trying to take it down close to the A site. I like the fact that Sinners are playing it a bit slower, but at the same time, even though the surprise factor worked for the past 2 to 3 rounds, right, they were able to bring it back, they were able to actually find momentum. Now, into this one. Toning it back down a little bit. I don't know. In theory, it's the right call. In practice, it's giving time away for HAVU to decide where they want to stack up on. And look at the push around there from the MP9 as well. Almost able to take down Oscar. B-Stick doesn't shut down the player behind him. It's going to be a B hit. Out here with 25 seconds, we're going to be going up to 40. But first up, it's going to be Puha to fall.
Yeah, well played against the Sinners. I mean, this slow play is really suiting them. They've gone outside a few times, now they're playing slow and going ramp. The switch-ups are made, and for now, that stellar half we're talking about that was required for B-Stick to call is working. This is exactly what we wanted to see from the side from Sinners. And of course, it's giving HAVU chances to set up, but you can see that HAVU isn't ready for a ramp play in that regard, because Sinners doesn't let them know anything. They don't show which side they're going for. And then all of a sudden they're walking up ramp, all of a sudden they're clearing it, and HAVU is left to rotate and save the weapons that they have. For now, this is the way Sinners get back into the game. This is the way Sinners can find it. Their economy will never be a problem. Let's see how many rounds they can still get. And let's see if B-Stick can continue to call the spots where HAVU isn't at.
Oh my god, for a second I thought we got to see the double AWP setup coming out from the T side as it got dropped to Oscar. I was about to say, what sort of magical tactically is this coming out of B-Stick on T side? But no, not gonna be the double AWP setup. Instead, it's gonna be Oscar on the scope. 4 AKs alongside him, and 3 AKs, whew, voice crack, 3 AKs out here for HAVU. Interesting enough, as they managed to actually save them away here. MP9 is in the next level up on the buy. Full util as well, 3 defuse kits, not looking bad out here for the buy for HAVU. But so far, I don't think the buys have been the problem, Jesse. I think what we've been seeing be the quote-unquote problem for HAVU is the fact that they are kind of just not playing together, right? They're going in one by one, they're searching out for these frags, they're trying to get the man advantage, and Sinners are actually playing as a unit here onto the T side, because they need to get into that side, they need to stick together. And we haven't seen a lot of trades coming out of HAVU later down the line here.
I would honestly say, like, the fact that they've been able to find control towards the A side was mainly due to many of the players being together on the T side, I'm talking. Now on the CT, you would think a little bit the same. Try go for an aggressive play towards outside, try play together towards lobby, and that's what they're doing this time around. Ericsson Uli getting a flash to support, yet Neofrag that is still there with his aim and ready. Only good for the one. You've intel about outside. Sinners choosing to go ramp instead. Again, the call B-Stick makes is well performed because there's only one. You've pulled him away. Otto threw a flash. And so he's too late to return to help ramp. And now you're taking control over B. Now you're making it so damn hard for HAVU to find their way back out. It's all down to Yellow. who's trying to fight his way back in as well as the bomb to go down. He wanted to deny it, didn't do so. A 1 versus 2 with Oscar far away. The tap on the bomb will make the door swing. Shock is going to open it with the nade, spots it to be clear. And now he has to bait again. The smoke is up. Oscar will try to chase, no one is on the bomb. They realize it now. There's still a chance for Yellow to come out victorious. Smoke gets faded on the door.
My God.
Oscar goes for the peek. It was almost a clutch from the youngster, but not gonna happen. He doesn't find himself success. Newest addition to HAVU couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, really damn close out here from Yellow. I mean, he is playing at a spectacular level so far, and he's really pulling through for HAVU. He's done so for the past first half and then some more. But now, tackle timeout coming in here for the Finnish side. They need to somehow find a way to at least get to 12. Sinners are really just starting to make a little bit of a comeback here, and it's starting to get a little bit scary here for the CT side, right? They've gone in 4 rounds back-to-back, and even though HAVU, if you take a look on down to the map, to the round history, 8 rounds in a row at the beginning. They won the pistol, and they won everything else behind that. Now Sinners are trying to do the exact same thing, and if they were able to succeed, then Sinners could actually get a 12 here.
Yeah. They need to find themselves the 8 rounds in a row, plus a little more. Would be 11-11 at 8. And then a 1-for-1 trade that did come through. Would be the raid to save HAVU's game. They're going fast. That's what we expected from them to do. It worked out before, but on the CT side, it's a lot less effective. No mollies, no util that you can easily throw. And that makes it a very rough time to do a lobby crunch. No chance to win it. Uli in a 1 versus 5. And Sinners that is aware. Sinners that is ready. And I said it before. If Beastic calls a stellar half so far, he's made no mistake. And you've had the individuals at bay. 8 currently on 9. Together with Beastic. And everyone is getting frags left, right, and center. Can Neofrag put the final nail to the coffin? He won't. But now they know where Uli is, so you can just take A, you can get a plant, and you can win the round.
Yeah, Uli on the MP9, just looking in to try to find himself a frag here and there to bring out the kill bonus a little bit more. Maybe have enough for Otto to drop him away in AWP, get dropped away the A1S, depending on how this one pans out. Of course, the MP9 being on B right now, really far away from anybody. Don't think he's gonna get to pick up a gun from the ground. But, yeah. Overall, so far, Sinners have been looking half bad. Would have liked to see this sort of performance onto the CT side as well that they had. But the fact that we don't, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is making for a great narrative for them to try to make the comeback happen. Although, they don't have that star power, I feel like. Yellow is really right now just completely demolishing the server, and he's the only one. Right, for the Sinner side, they're playing as a unit, they're playing as a team. Again, you mentioned that Beastic is calling out some really good rounds here onto the T side, and they're winning because they know how to stick together. HAVU, they've only got Yellow. And even him hasn't really been able to find too much as of late.
It's rough. It really is. Sinners has closed in very nicely. 5 in a row already. If you take 3 more, you're already tied up. If you do the same, you win yourself the map. Thing that looked impossible at the start is now somewhat became an actual chance. And look at what he's doing. I mean, I don't want to keep on repeating myself, but they're doing different things every round. Now they're going silo to try. This time around, it's Beastic to find a trade. A 1-for-1 will be found, and Sinners opting to go somewhere else. They're doing something different every time around. And it's not just defaulting, no. It's switching it up, trying something new, and trying to catch HAVU off guard with it.
Pushing it outside, Oscar here with his teammates. Wonder if this is going to be a secret push or not. Don't think there's that angle available right now, as they do want to push in towards A at some point too. They've gone B quite a couple of times already. 50 seconds left on the clock though, more than enough time to try to figure out where they want to move to. And yeah, it is actually going to be another secret angle. Okay. Down towards it. That's going to be Otto finding one. Looking in for more. The trade on back. Ait Shuts down Arax. Now looking down for the bomb. Otto looks in for even more. Can he find a flank? Oh my goodness, Otto! Great on the AWP. Yellow's gonna get the job done, and that's 12 finally on the board here for HAVU. To be connecting for the Finnish side and to be securing overtime.
Wow, what a round from Yellow there as well by finding these final two. And you would say, also of course doing the main work there with the op. But as a player has already rotated down in Eric's, you would expect no one to be there on the A side anymore. Sinners has seen HAVU rotate incredibly fast in some of those occasions, reasoning why they were able to win so many rounds. Now, Yellow is every single time on that spot on A. He's going to hold A for the full round. It doesn't matter. Even if Sinners took the B side, he would still be there. He would still be saving away his weapon. It is what it is, and that's what helps him to win it. Stick to your position, stick to your guts. Don't start over-rotating if things are not necessary. The man advantage found in round 21. And we're seeing in the 21st round and the 20th, the turnarounds that HAVU is making that might be securing them the win. It took Sinners so much time to get back. Yet now, right before they are back, it looks to all filter.
Yeah, all falters in the eyes of the beholder. And the beholder right now is going to be HAVU, managed to find that last round. Really damn important. Sinners, 4v5 though, it's not like it's all over. They still could try to find themselves on 12, but the moment I say that, of course, they just fall on down. Still though, Oscar good on the AWP. They traded back with Shock on a headshot to Puha as well. Down from outside in towards B. Don't worry about Shock, he's just securing out the place down onto lobby as well, making way out here for the lobby push, for the A-sided push, 35 seconds. They do want to go on over to the first letter of the alphabet, and they have the site completely empty as well. So it should be a bomb plant. And the retake from HAVU is going to be determining if this is the last round or not. Oscar, ooh, he has the angle, doesn't he? Could find at least one here. Scoped in though, got heard. Uli checks in behind. Shock looks into the right side, shuts Yellow down, and Sinners left without their opper. Going on down to the side is going to be a 2v2 in play. And now,
Just to pick it up.
there we go. Arax finds B-Stick as well. All that's left is going to be Shock. And there you have it. 13-8, HAVU. Pick up the map. They managed to win it all here in the end. As they take us on over to Mirage for the third map. They do, after an 8-0 start, shut Sinners down.
Wow, what a play there from HAVU to get themselves the victory. The retake in the end, and Sinners that made that comeback, that got a little closer. But in the end, when Sinners got to 8, it was HAVU to do it all the way. They picked up the remaining 2. They started to accelerate and play together. The style that we were hoping for and that we thought was going to be. 13-7 on the map of Ancient, but now 13-8 on Nuke. Both map picks going the way I've expected. And that's going to make for a very good third map, I believe.
I really do hope as well. I think it's going to be looking great, but right on down for that third map, we're going to have to take ourselves a nice little bit of a break to see and prepare for Mirage. Up next, though, guys, it's going to be the last map of the best of 3, and the last best of 3 here that me and Jesse are going to be casting as well. So let's end it off in style. We're going to be right back after a break, and we'll be with you guys shortly.
Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website, you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skinplace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
Hello and welcome back everybody here to the last map of this second best of 3 of the day. Sinners versus HAVU, ending off in a 1-1, each of the teams picking up their own map picks. And onto this nuke, it was definitely a surprise to be seeing how things went. But after a long while where we thought that Sinners would make the comeback happen, HAVU ended all off in a 13-9. So, Jesse, I think we're going to be jumping into this last map of the decider of Mirage immediately to be seeing how things are going to be playing out.
We'll see. We'll see how things are going to be. 9 rounds been played. Sinners coming out victorious, and gotta say, their CT side wasn't that good on the map of Nuke. Hopefully Mirage is going to be a lot more stable against the fast-paced HAVU going up middle. Instantly into Con. Yellow with a kill against B-Stick, finding himself a singular one. Pushing through is NeoFrag. Was able to hold on to some extent. The flank from Moody came through, and HAVU have successfully taken the A site and will be planting the bomb away. Still, a chance for Shock, but with Lil Berettas, and against 2, it's not that easy.
Yeah, they're playing up the buddy system as well, but this might actually go in favor of Shock. Only having to check a single angle on those dualies is definitely going to be good. He doesn't have a defuse kit though, so he has to move in quickly if he actually wants to win the round. Checks in towards ramp and towards sandwich, nobody there. Now the last resort is going to be CT, and that's going to be one onto Otto, falling on down, doesn't know about the second. There comes the double peak, winning out the pistol round for HAVU. Mirage starting things off here for the Finns quite well, as they were able to win all the pistol rounds before on their own map pick of Nuke. Now they're going to be attempting to do the same thing here onto Mirage as well.
Yep. Can they succeed against Sinners, which have had trouble to get going on that CT site, and then once it was too late, they got going, but they only were able to find 3 rounds. They don't want to be facing off in the same fate this time around against a team of HAVU once more. Only one towards that B site. It's only B-Stick that's playing there, with Arax walking his way through in towards middle, has taken control. At least that's also something NeoFrag has noticed. But with Sinners taking so much space towards A, 8 has pushed all the way through in towards Palace. HAVU will soon start facing with the dangerous threats of a lot of players being ready to rotate over towards that B site, and already 2 of them posted up.
That's gonna MP9 over towards B-Stick, trying to deny the Molotov down on towards Van, and look on over, NeoFrag connects with a shot on one down on middle, and now look at the amount of reflexes that Otto had right there to shut the MP9 down. Falls down to 12 HP, the post-plant scenario already incoming. It's gonna be Shock on the Deagle, trying to deny another AK. Let's see if he finds it over to Otto or to the Van player there. Well played so far, but it's still gonna be a 2v3. Ike needs to come in through apartments as well. Shock needs to push up towards the back of the side as well. Let's see. Oh, Otto shuts Shock down. And no more shock factor here. Uli spotted on out. MP9 bursts him away. No defuse kit though onto Ike, so he needs to make a quick buck here, a quick move. And he will be making a quick buck after shutting down 2 people with the MP9, but that's not going to be enough to win the round as well. So there you have it, 2-0. HAVU managed to take down the force buy coming out here from Sinners and get themselves over to round number 3, almost secured.
More convincing that it was on Nuke with more kills for Sinners. So it's keeping the economy low for HAVU. We're still going to see how that will be once we're starting to see more and more of these rounds being played out, with Sinners now being on the eco once more. Oscar rocking the scout, rest of them on the Eagles, and the 50-50 and B-Stick still on the USP. They're stacking towards A. It's again Eric's that's gone out of middle. And we've talked about the fact that it's always never change your winning plan for HAVU. It looks like it will be the B side where they're heading this time around again. Knowing that Sinners was overprotecting it before. Probably not this time around with it being twice in a row. Scout looking for an opener. Can't get a tag, but forced to run away. B side kept open by the team of Sinners. Thinking HAVU might have wanted to do something else. No cigar in the end. 8 will still engage in a fight. That's the only key factor Sinners might still have. And now even that one falls away. So no cigar for Sinners and a third for HAVU that should be picked up.
Yeah. HAVU so far having another one of those amazing starts like they did on Nuke. They're going to be looking to try to do it one more time here. Buha peeking on out, gets shot in the back by his teammate a little bit there, but doesn't die. So at the very least, that's going to be good. That's a no-scope onto Uli. At least some damage will get made, and everybody's tagged down out here for the T side. So perhaps that scout could have found even more, but it's only going to be good for 2. As there you have yourselves the 3rd round on the board for HAVU. And most likely an eco round actually coming on through here from Sinners.
Just had one.
They did, but they did also have the scout here onto Oscar. I saw him being on 4.5, and actually he's gonna get bought up the op. Okay, I thought they were gonna go save away for the AWP, but I guess no.
Well, others had a lot of cash, 2.9k loss bonus. Keep on forcing and or keep on ecoing might lose you even more. HAVU, they're gonna have AKs on every single person because of the amount of damage Sinners usually did, only having a spare bit in their reserves. So this must be a round that Sinners is gonna be working its way with. Having the op on Oscar will definitely help with that, but we're gonna see if Eric's is gonna have a fight against him with the AK. If he wins that one out, that would be some craziness shown. Hopefully for Sinners, they can make it a little competitive, because HAVU is looking to walk away with it again, which might be problematic for them. Fast mid play again, coming through. This time around, Oscar that will look for an opening.
Ooh.
With all the smokes. It won't be able to be found. Yet Eric's sees a slither of himself, tries to chip away. He's taken top mid control, but I think there were 2 smokes wasted now for HAVU to get control and get a grip over the mid side.
Yellow might want to bring it back to his own bit of domain here onto the part that he really wanted to hold, though Neofrag shuts him down immediately, playing down towards connector. He's going to be looking down towards top mid as well, and now the momentum here from Arax pushes him down towards Sniper's Nest, trying to get on up. It's going to be Puha to actually make the advance, and Neofrags will be shut down. Uli will be taken down to the graveyard alongside his teammate, though. Ait will be spotted on down to shore, but it's going to be too late, and already the round is going to be going the way of Sinners in a really quick attempt out here. HAVU, where this can bobulate a little bit all across the map. They weren't really together, and now because of that, well, Sinners get the way around with 4 man still left alive.
Yeah, Sinners having the confidence to re-aggress into middle. Sure, Neofrag dies, but the rest is all history, of course. You find yourself the man advantage, you boost your way through. Here, Neofrag dies, but then Ait tries to get it back. And I do get your point with HAVU getting disconnected. You boost the player into window, but that's a singular one. Then one of them falls back all the way to T-spawn. So HAVU having to play a little bit more together. You don't have Yellow fragging out that much as he was before, that you can constantly bring him into positions to do so. With Sinners playing very great of a team Counter-Strike at the moment. Allowed for potentially a 2nd round for the team. And hopefully more for the Czechian side. So we're going to have ourselves a competitive game.
We will indeed. Here into this eco HAVU. You never expected, right? But they did manage to win eco rounds before, so better not rule them out just yet. All of them towards middle out here now. 3 on underpass. 2 on top mid. Nobody pushing just yet. Good timing on the Molotov. That nade, ooh, it might be doing damage. It's gonna be doing huge damage onto O2 at the very least. 19, Oscar checking in for something, gets it onto Puha. Second nade is gonna be connecting. Oto dead. Dunk away on towards Arax as well, 25. And basically denying them the whole round just by 2 nades. gonna be looking great out here. Arax taken down, and look at Neofrag being so clean with the taps. There you have yourselves a second round here for Sinners.
That is well played here for the Czechian team. Able to take them all away. This was a replay from the round that they won prior to this one, with it now being a flawless round for the team of Sinners. It's going to get them in a sweet spot with cash, and their response has been quicker this time, Metro. Previously, it took a long time for them to react. This is how they kind of wanted Nuke to go, but it didn't work out well. They had a lot of trouble getting things going. We'll have to see if they're able to find 3 in a row now, or if it was just some legacy doomed to fail. Arax looking for the opener into middle. The edge of the smoke will be pushed. Adol Short is ready. He's had a sweet game so far. Good impact on the AK. Neofrag will fall, but shock from under Palace gone unknown. Oscar helping him from Palace with the frag that doesn't come through. In the end, he finds it. It's a hold from Sinners on A. As HAVU tried to go fast, they didn't succeed.
Oscar stays alive on 1 HP there, struggled a little bit to actually find the frags, but in this round, everything went well for Sinners, right? The deny, the push, everything on down towards the safe side. Oto had some good moments here as well, but he was left alive for way too long. And now, 3-3, HAVU. They had that eco going 2 rounds prior. They played for it for the last round. It didn't work out. They tried to push into the A side. They executed quite unilaterally, right? Quite two-dimensional in that push. But now they're going into round number 7 with nothing more than a couple of deagles here and there. So HAVU don't know how they're going to be continuing on from this point forwards, but it is going to be Sinners most likely taking themselves the advantage.
Yeah, it will be rough. The team has looked good at the moment. Middle will be peer pressured. It has been good again. Beautiful headshot that he finds. Looking to take down the bomb carrier there. Spotted him. As he cannot find the kill just yet. He's looking for more. Yeah, it's good fights to find. And exactly that will happen. It's a second for him. And HAVU, they're trying to recover up the pieces. They tried to find, or farm 8 here rather. I know he might be there alone, but he's holding his ground fairly nicely. Make it 3, but not a 4th just yet.
Nope, nothing of the sort, but it's still going to be a double kill coming out of Neofrag as he cleans up house here in 9-5. He has farmed them up a little bit as well. It is going to be 4-3 on the scoreline, and the loss bonus is maxed out for HAVU, 3.4k. So, from now on, we're going to be seeing 4 spies after 4 spies from HAVU, even if they do lose out the rounds coming up. So, they just need to focus on down towards their strategy. They need to focus on down to their individuals. And we'll see how it pays off here for round number 8. As we are approaching, slowly but surely, the latter half of this third map.
Ooh!
There
Okay.
you go. Shock aggressive. Connects on the shot there through the Molotov smoke.
Good. Re-aggression from Sinners early in the round, not to middle, but somewhere else. And you can see that HAVU is not prepared.
That doesn't look like it. Still though, a lot of people down towards middle. They've got a lot of pressure, but maybe not enough aim power. Neofrag shuts one down more out here towards underpass, and HAVU already have their manpower half the way. They're still going in for the 1x1 peek. Jesse, I don't know what the idea here behind it is, but Arax by himself. Sure, you've got Oto down the middle trying to peel away for his teammates, but now they're going in for the bomb, and it looks to be a B hit. I don't know. Not looking great out here for HAVU.
HAVU's going 8. Bomb is towards 8. 1 is under. Oh no, never mind. Wait. You have a player all the way in ramp. You have one ready in underpass, but you're starting to fall away. Right into the off from Oscar you are mostly going. Or are they not even going for this? I'm not sure. You have 35 seconds, so you better move a little quicker. Two of them are waiting.
Yeah, I don't think they're actually going in for a round here.
Oh, wow.
French timeout. They don't really have enough money, right? This is the right call to make in theory. They've only got the EWP to really hold on to. The 2 AKs are really important as well, but the most important part as well is that they have a full kit, right? They've got the armors, they've got a little bit of util to hold on to. If they can find some exit frags, that would be good, but HAVU, they're really playing for scraps right now. Whereas Sinners, they're holding down to 5 guns, they're winning the round, and economy keeps piling on up. They're going to be more than happy to leave it be like this.
That means Yalo and Poa will have to go for either AKs or Galils. Because you don't want them on an eco now, then the whole team will be disconnected. 3.4 thousand will not be enough, so you gotta buy up. That's the position you've pulled yourself into, which they're doing. And then, initially, saving is not necessarily bad, considering you were still with 3 alive. You don't want to die someone there. If you're only gonna have 2 or 1, it will make it a very tough time. But now they're at least gonna have that force buy on everybody. Although, Sinners has found 5, and so far, things have looked great. You see the adaptation that Sinners is making. And HAVU that need to respond to it themselves. We're seeing that far less for them. Mid has been the key point for HAVU. And Eric's has pushed that all the time solo. He's gone for it many times with a solo peak. And then he's lost his life to 8. And then HAVU doesn't really know. So they need to adapt to what Sinners has been doing. Their aggressive playstyle needs to be stopped. And now the fact that they're playing slow and HAVU isn't really taking any control is at least a good thing. Because they haven't died yet.
Yeah, not yet. There is still enough time to be proven otherwise, though. A minute left on the clock, and they will be heading on over to the A side. Let's see the execution with the very limited util that HAVU have got going on right now. Molotov's thrown on down towards the bottom of Heaven. The nade as well, down towards Heaven itself. Arax! Oh my goodness! The running down, the shutting out. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Arax will be falling down to Neofrag, away from stairs. He backs away towards connector. Puha getting space up towards jungle as well. Clears it out, but there's 3 players down towards CT. And looking over to Neofrag. Does he know? Oh, yes, he does right now. But Uli's still gonna be traded on out. 3v3 remaining standing. Shooting away the gun towards Yellow to try to find something. There's gonna be 1 headshot coming out of Yellow. Knows that there's at least one more player down towards CT. And it's the 1v1 remaining. Puha versus Shock. Out here in with a defuse kit, a smoke, and full armor on Shock. Checks into CT and might just have to stick it for this one. Knows that the last player should technically be somewhere towards connector or jungle. The peek comes on and Shock through the smoke connects on Puha, wins the round. Incredible for the Sinners side. Shock somehow wins the duel, and Sinners win the round. Oh my goodness.
That is a very good round to take away. HAVU thought they had it. They get a bomb plant, so cash won't be a problem, but you want to win this one. After you're in such a good position, move it out to the open, but Shock too good. Stepping up right when he's required to do so. The second map, no problem. You don't have to. We gotta do it in a third. And that's exactly what they're showing right here, right now. HAVU doing something different, going for a little A exec, while Sinners is only protecting it with Shock. He's gonna throw some flash and some util out. He knows the execute will now roll by. So HAVU doing something new, doing something cheeky. How will Sinners respond?
Ooh, that's exactly how they would try to respond. Irax just jumps into the side yet again. This fast entry coming out of Irax. Timing is insane. Ide comes in from the smoke though, takes down 2 immediately. Shuts them out, and it's gonna be Shocked to come back from CT as well. Looking in for another trap. That's so damn nice. Coming out of Shock, he connected the headshot. It's all up to Arax to try to find 3 of what Shock just did. Looking in for the 1-tap headshots. That's going to be 1 on the upper. Now his position is known. Checks into stairs, and it's going to be a 2v1. Peeking on down. He runs away, but he doesn't have the bomb. Relocates down towards connector. Tries to tap away to just debate them. Double peeking on down, though. You have a very bad time trying to take them out. And there you have it. Another round for Sinners. 7 on the board. Wow. What a round here for the city side. First it was Ite, and then Shock coming in and just demolishing.
Yeah, it's well played. Sinners doing it once more. 7 now already found, and they're probably going to do the same as HAVU did previously. That 9-3 half is looking very likely to be picked up. As you can see, HAVU has barely anything left in their tank of their cash. Half armor's being bought on some of them, sure. You have some AKs to fight against, but also M4 A1Ss. It is desperate. That's the whole thing I'm getting from it for HAVU. They looked good in the beginning. They picked up what was, I think, the first 3 rounds. And since then, yep, as you see, Sinners has gotten all 7 in a row.
Yeah.
There's no stopping this team. And the retakes, the plays, they're all working. HAVU tries something new. You kill Neofrag, you get yourself a 5 versus 4, but there's still a knight that can just flash his way through and do something cheeky. Him pushing into sandwich there, getting a double trade back, equalized out the round. It made the man advantage that HAVU brought in worked so hard for to be diminishing in just a second.
Yeah. And now, I mean, just look, right? Shock, Beastic, and Neofrag, the amount of cash they've got available can buy out the literal whole server, but Shock also doesn't need cash to be amazing. Everyone right here, right now, just goes in towards ramp and always finds the first frag, right? We've seen him time and time again go for a big nade as well. Dishes out a little bit of damage towards Uli and Puha, but most importantly, forces them back a little bit. Makes them think that there's at least 2 players holding down the line here. And there are, right? Oscar is still holding it down here with the AWP towards ramp as well. So A side is secured by Sinners. HAVU will have to reposition and reconnect down towards the B side as well. But it looks like they do want to take the mid prio first, which might be a bit of a mistake, honestly. We see Neofrag holding down the line here towards short. That nade is definitely going to be doing damage towards Arax, and now he falls, so another man down. And they just keep on going, right? They keep on continuing. Jesse, they're just peeking in one by one. I feel like HAVU don't really have a certain plan in mind here. They're just going all out.
Yeah, going middle hasn't really worked out. New frag had to be held, but no util in that top of connector as well. It's all just going for straight up fights, and you can see that Sinners is aware of what's going on. On Nuke we had some util for the AXX here. On Mirage it's much out of dry fights. They've won in the past, but not this time around. Good shot from B-Stick found. Uli getting taken away. It's all down to JLo, who's trying to find the final pieces. 1 is found. 2 more to go, but the bomb is on short. No chance to win it out. It's Sinners that goes to 8. And you had 7, now you have 8 in a row.
Yeah, that's amazing already, right? Doesn't even matter that 8 dies here. Doesn't matter that anybody from Sinners die right now, because there's only 1 more round remaining of this first half, and I mean, so far, HAVU, they've been trying, man. They really have been trying, but they lost out on that knife round. They lost the pistol then as well. Like, they actually won the pistol, didn't they? They won the first 3, and then Sinners just bring it back and completely denied everything HAVU were working towards. Right, they were looking so good on Nuke, they were decimating, and now come Mirage. Sinners are just another beast entirely.
Yeah, I felt like this map was going to be a lot harder for Sinners. We're going to see how their T side will be, but this was HAVU's best side on the map of Nuke. A very organized play that they were doing. Lots of times we're going together, and very fast this time around. They're doing so towards middle. Shock is instantly falling. But this has usually been the pain point for HAVU. Where do you go from this entry point? You try to find yourself something towards the A side. Uli tries to go from Con, or from Palace rather. The rest goes from Con. Neofrag getting himself the kill, looking for a second. The one in under Palace still needs to be checked. And this is good. You play together, and look what you find. Frag after frag after frag, and you win yourself your 4th, most likely.
Yeah, looking like it, but now they can't really back away, so Oscar's gonna be trying to slowly but surely get back into the bomb site. Arax on down here, has a free frag onto the upper. All that stuff is gonna be the IGL. B-Stick will most likely be taken down, but let's see his attempt at least into the 1v4. Trying to get it onto the bomb site. He does have a defuse kit. Doesn't really have a smoke to work with though, so he can't really just go ahead and stick it. But now he finds one, looks into try to trade it out with a nade as well. 21 HP remaining, so he can't really do too much about it. But time to get away, and there you have yourselves an 8-4 split that HAVU still won't be too happy with, but I think Sinners will definitely take home.
Sinners is pretty fine at the moment. 5 more to go. Going forward into that T site. Pistol again being very important. As we've seen HAVU pick it up time and time again. If Sinners can respond in time this time around. They have that grip. They have that composure to pick up the anti-eco and the follow-ups as well. And we will be looking at a very good spot. But it's up to B-Stick to call this one out. And a tactical timeout. It might be called for one reason, and that's the fact that Sinners really haven't played this map too much. So have to try and figure out how they're doing it this time around. It is rough, I feel like. Like, Mirage is one style that you're kind of gonna play if you're B-Stick, but that pistol is like, yeah, you can go for a B push, you can go for a B contact, you can go middle, which some try to avoid, but you can also just go straight up into A. There's so many options. I feel like Sinners is gonna try to decide the right one, but might overthink it a little bit as well.
I think most of us have this when we go on Mirage, especially on like a Face It or a Pug in general, and we're just wondering, all of us in the team are wondering on that T side, okay, where are we going to first? What are we doing first? Are we going B? Are we going A? Are we trying to rush? Are we going down mid? There's so many options that you can take because the map has been so overplayed, but it's still not overplayed in like how Inferno is overplayed. It's been overplayed in the sense that it's become the new default, so everybody knows it, everybody knows how to play it, everybody knows how to counter against it, but it's still just that surprise factor. Where are you going to next? What are you going to do? This Molotov might be doing a lot of damage, but here comes the push. The Molotov is going to be late though. Arax is able to find one, but very late, and Beastick trades it back. Beastick looking in for the second, gets it onto Otto, down towards short as well. Bomb planted, and now coming on in from apartments is going to be the double up from Yellow and from Puha. The two newest additions right now trying to make their work happen, and that's one tap going in for the next, traded on out. Yellow will be traded back as well, and the IGL on a triple kill here for the pistol is going to be continuing the momentum for Sinners. 9 in a row for the Czech side. Well, actually, no, it's not anymore, right? HAVU did manage to find one, but still, they managed to bring it back. Yeah, almost.
Almost 9 in a row. I mean, it has the... How do I say that properly? It has the impact as of 9 in a row at the moment. Because this pistol round will follow up into a second, maybe a third. Sinners can take this win straight off the back just by winning of this round. And I do really like what Sinners were doing there. Because again, going back to that little perk, what you do a lot inside of the perks is you throw flashes early over B. And then the flashes pop, and then 5 seconds later you're going out apps. This time around, they had the flash popping, and you could see the molly was ready for a play that was a lot earlier. Arax just didn't throw it in time this time around, because he wasn't ready for such fast pushes. The molly got dropped and they were already out. It was delayed, it wasn't on time, only to thank Sinners for doing so, because they played that one very well. Now, they're the ones trying to walk their way out of this A site. And they have, because Neofrag goes out of connector, they realize it is in fact a B stack. So the one pistol round converted into a second.
Yeah, but HAVU, what I think they really want to go for this one is going to be just all of them trying to stay alive, going in for that unicorn round that we don't usually often get to see. It's going to be important because the MAC-10s are still available out here for Neofrag, right? For 8 as well on that Galil, they might want to save up a bit more cash to find the frags. So they might be going in for the hunt, as you get to see Uli already falling down to 1 HP. The most important part here is just don't die, right? Sinners are going to be getting themselves up to 10. If you want to have a chance to come back, you need to stay alive on this one. You need to not give away too much cash to HAVU. Well, not to HAVU, to Sinners, because if they get too much cash here, they're going to be unstoppable, right? You need to break away their economy somehow. Now they're going in for it, and it is going to be a frag onto Oscar, so it works out in the end, and an AK saved for Arax.
All of them alive, all of them cooking, 10 on the board. Sinners have done well by picking them both up, but as you said, the cheeky plays that HAVU pulls in might be what could bring them a little bit further in this matchup, might get them a little bit closer. But they will have to do the same as Sinners did on that nuke map, which is significantly harder for them, I feel like, to do than it is for Sinners to find their way back in. It's we're gonna see mid control, fast play for Neofrag, still has that back 10, so running fast into con will be the name of the game. That's an entry right there, being traded by Yellow. But it's good, because the Mac 10 wasn't allowed to find a single kill most likely. And now he's already found one and opens up the round with all of the players from HAVU being disconnected again. All of them playing on one specific site, and they leave A out in the open. So that will be Sinners getting themselves a post plant. The fact that HAVU rotated around to middle with all three, a little bit too much of the good stuff.
Ooh.
But they can still find their way back into the round. And with an opening from Otto, that makes it somewhat doable.
Does make it doable indeed. Now post plant situation, they have to retake though, and all of them coming in from connector and from middle is not going to be easy. Molotov on down towards Ninja is going to be helping out though. 8 has to actually push on out here, and Shock has a great position to take out at least one. 2-for-1 trade now. Beastick shuts Otto away as well. It's all up to Yellow, and he's done these before, but there's not enough time. 11 on the board for Sinners, as they are 2 away from ending off this best of 3 and shutting HAVU down. Yellow really couldn't have done anything better in that situation, right? He tried to take it back. He found one frag, wasn't enough. So now, Sinners Just needing one more of these rounds and they secure themselves match and map point.
One more to go. And 2 more in total, of course. This will be incredibly harsh for HAVU to lose it after such a good second map of play. Getting it very, very convincingly, but with Sinners making that small comeback, they showed up their diligence. They showed up what they were made of. And now with a CT stabilization here on Mirage, things are a whole lot better. HAVU seeming like a one-trick pony on the map of Nuke. Might be making it a little bit further because of their good nuke. But we'll have to see how they're going to be able to do so on the other maps, of course, also forward in this tournament. For now, we'll see what Sinners can do in round 16. 8 is going to go fast into B. I think he's going to avoid the smoke. Yep, he's going to look for that frag. He's going to try and chase it onto that B side. We see 8 going all the way around. I expected him to move out even further with Otto not looking. The different approach from Sinners. They take mid and they're instantly responding. They're throwing in a top con smoke. They're walking up towards short and they're gonna go for a mid to B play here. That's exactly what we expected HAVU to do. A lot more proactive, a lot more diligent in their approach, and they understand how to take these rounds. They're understanding how to play this map and how to respond to what HAVU is doing. That's 12 right there, because HAVU ain't attempting this anymore.
Yeah, no way. Nothing left to be done out here. Otto on a scout, Puho on the MP9, right? They're forced to save away these crappier weapons, but that's all they can do at this point in time, right? Again, no defuse kits. HAVU just not even, you know, they're going in for the stacks. They're trying to actually have these plays, right? They're trying to have these statistics. They're trying to have these strats in their back pockets, and yet still Sinners are running over them. As you mentioned, Sinners are knowing how to play the map. They're actually responding to what HAVU are doing. They're not being static. They're not just waiting for something to happen like HAVU are. So right now, even if HAVU manages to find exit frags, even if they manage to find, I don't know, anything into this round, it doesn't matter because it's 12-4 already, and there's no way that HAVU will bring it back 8 rounds in a row like they did on the first map of Nuke, on the second map of Nuke.
We'll see though. I mean, I'm not 100% convinced yet, but we'll have to find out. Sinners, the way they've played, is at least convincing enough for me to say they're going to get themselves in a very comfortable spot, and that they're going to have the definite chance to take it right here in just the first round in general. We'll see how many rounds it will take though, because HAVU will have that full buy. Still no AWP on Otto. As soon as you get that one loaded, maybe there's an even higher chance for them to build up some rounds. But for now, Sinners going fast B. They want to end it in style. They're playing up against Pua, which hasn't had the best game so far. Now trying to hold on. Utility will be thrown. Kerrigan Stell trying to play his way around. Gets a kill with the nade, but nothing more. 8 has traded. He's trying to run out for more. He's getting onto the side. B-Stick will find himself falling. There is a side still. Somewhat of a control from HAVU, considering Oscar is down low. But the bomb will be dropping nevertheless. It will be going down. Punching in the digits was 8, and up close. Oscar, he won't go seen. Oh, 4x3 moment from Yelo.
No!
Oscar walks his way around, and he's gonna find Uli. Oh no, you play a different resolution, you get caught for it. Oscar needs to be careful now, as he knows where Yelo is. He's gonna try and chug a nade. When as soon as he taps the bomb, Oscar's gonna have it. Oscar's gonna swing, knows where he is now. Trying to hide, trying to duck. He won't be able to find it. So maybe there's still a chance. Yelo gets the defuse, and there's a slither remaining from HAVU, but they're still in this one.
Oh my god. Imagine if Oscar comes around there from the back, stays on the smoke, on the window, manages to pick up the first one, and then wins out that 1v1 as well. In the end, that would have been just absolute craziness to be ending us off here onto 13-5. Oh, no, 13-4 actually for Sinners. But now it's 12-5. They've got another buy on lockdown. It's still fine. But yeah, what a round to be coming out there for round number 17. Very, very interesting to say the least. But now, from 13-7 onto Ancient, 13-8 onto Nuke, are we going to be able to find ourselves on over to a 13-5 or 13-6? Well, with a bullet to the head, to the back of the head from your own teammate, maybe we're going to get to see a couple more rounds coming out of HAVU.
A bit of help from Sinners arrives for HAVU. And good success. I mean, you got the AWP out now for Otto as well, which really will help. We're going to see. And yeah, I mean, helping your teammate cannot kill the enemy. You're gonna try to kill your teammate. It might be a strat. One that HAVU is much liking at the moment. Although, again, Sinners, the proactive play, mid-left completely open, just because Sinners have done various setups, has done various things with this mid-presence. It's kind of HAVU that has just chosen to leave it past, which is even better kind of for their team now, as Ramp will be the main point of aggression. V-Stick hurt, getting chipped by the molly, with Neofrag in a position to flank his way through from Con. This is still not done, but Sinners has a pretty good execute going for them soon, I think. Oh, they're running away?
Yeah, they're running away now. Even though they've left their own teammate there on Neofrag completely alone down here on Connector. He's right now surrounded. There's not many chances he's going to actually get out, as Otto will be able to take him down. But yeah, they're down to low HP. I'm not looking too healthy. Half HP onto Shock and Oscar. Now they're pushing in through Catwalk, and it's going to be up to see if they can take out Otto or not. If they've been spotted, Info gathered. Yellow finds one on the tray back, though. Otto is going to fall down next. Arax good damage onto the Apartments player and onto B-Stick as well. There it is. That's the round. Sinners not picking up 13 this time around, but HAVU will be able to find their 6th.
Oh, Kua is going to spot him.
There we go.
Finds the final kill.
Killed him
Of course.
before timeout. So that's nice at least.
Wait, before time?
Yeah. Before time. So he still had the money going into this round. If he died like 1 second
No,
later...
I was talking about Pua, so I was like, huh? Pua kills him before time, so that is unfortunate. No, it's not. For Pua, I would have liked to get it done a little bit later, but you can clearly see that Pua, I mean, being only 17 years old, playing on these higher stages of plays, of course, here against Sinners, he's really not ready yet, but it's a player that has a lot of potential to grow, has good players around him to move his way up the ranks, so I mean, I feel like pretty good for HAVU. When I looked at this game in general, I felt like, okay, it was going to be a 2-0 for Sinners, right? That's what I expected. And now we're seeing how far HAVU has come, also already on a map like Nuke, playing as good as they were. It really sets a bright future for the team of Finland, out of Finland. We'll have to see how much further they can take this particular best of 3, because 7 is already found.
There you have it. Should be just an easy cleanup here for the top mid squad, and Uli and Arax managed to clean them up as well. So the kills are still getting made, right? If you take a look on down to stats-wise only, you wouldn't even say that Sinners are on the brink of winning right now, right? Because they're pretty damn equal. Yellow is still absolutely just up there onto the stages, right? He's finding every single damn frag that's needed. And he's had such an amazing best of 3 here today. They wouldn't even expect him for his usual rating to be 0.93, right? It's crazy, but he's starting to make his way back into the game. And HAVU, they need him to perform right now. If they want to win 5 more rounds in a row and take us to overtime, have a chance at the overtime, they need Yellow to continue doing his thing. And wow, the timing on that one, Otto managed to actually shut down Shock. It's a great opener here for round number 20.
Yeah, no mid presence for Sinners as well, expecting the op to play there. Little bit more freeing now that they know that he's not there. Puha is gonna swing in. Good kill towards B. As always, Sinners have tried to exploit him kind of. He's been able to set foot inside of this game. And as soon as he's there online, Sinners cannot simply just exploit the B side anymore. We'll have to choose for something else. Maybe that is a window boost from Oscar. Gone unknown for now as he tries to wrap around into CT. He's going to get the kill on Otto. Maybe that makes it doable. This kill on short will have to come through. It's not going to be happening. And with the molly, you have a chance to push your way in towards the A side. Disjointed is HAVU still. The player on default and one on CT. They're trying to play a little crossfire here towards the triple box. 8 will swing in, will die. Yellow looking for a second. The hold is great. The pieces are falling into place. And Yellow with 20 will definitely help HAVU to continue on scoring rounds. And they're now on 8. 4 more required, with Sinners losing more and more of their prowess.
Yeah, they're losing their prowess, they're losing their advantage, and now, as there's only 4 rounds of deficit, they're calling out this tackle timeout, much needed, as they're going in for the eco. They're preparing for a full buy. It is going to be double digits most likely if they do lose out on that full buy next up, but we are entering the very late stages of this last map, so it's important that HAVU keep it together, they keep it composed, and they're ready to try to continue winning. They still need 4 more though, and that's definitely not easy.
Nope. We will get to see how things are going. Sinners, they will have themselves a chance to claim it just by winning one. But in general, it's been HAVU finding success here on the CT side. It's been a storyline. We've approached as well on Nuke a couple of times, and we'll not speak about it just yet. HAVU is getting a little bit closer, ever so slightly. I wouldn't still say that they're gonna have the biggest chance of doing so, because Sinners still gonna have a bunch of full buys going for them. But the chance has certainly arisen for the team in blue. Kill from HAVU. JLo picking himself up. Another kill on a B-stick. The bomb is repositioning. Will fall flat, as it was Oscar taking control over B. But no one to follow it up, as push on middle was able to redeem that. Now you realize one is coming from the flank. You can already see Eric's somewhat careful about window and short. Otto as well looking for B because of this bomb rotating all the way around. You kind of know the final one must be around towards the B site, because you're not just going to run into B without any intel. But where will Oscar hit? Where will Oscar strike? Right into Pua's crosshair.
Yep, exactly.
And he's going to get the kill.
Exactly there, and then flawless round coming out for HAVU. Economy going right back up here for the Finnish side, and they're gonna start being very happy, right? Because now they don't have to worry about anything besides picking up these last 3 rounds. Not gonna be easy, again, but they are gonna be at least not worrying about economy. They can go in for the double op setup as they just have right now. Puha is actually going to be finding himself on over to be the second opper. I wasn't expecting Puha to actually be entrusted with that role. Thought somebody like Arax or Uli to actually be picking it up, but no, it's going to be the young gun out here on Puha to try to have that second scope down on middle. So that is going to be very interesting to see how he's going to fare off with it. But Uli pushing up aggressively here. Does he find the first? Yes, he does. Neofrag again taken out. And usually as the entry fragger, you'd see Neofrag finding a lot of value. But in these opening duels, he hasn't really been able to do that.
Yeah, lockdown on B with the AWP. It works out wonderfully. Double up on B apps is a dangerous weapon to work your way around. Sinners will definitely not be too good in pushing towards the B side now anymore, knowing that there is an AWPer. But where do you go elsewhere? Because every single position is held. And the Finns are getting closer and closer now, ever so slightly. As Sinners is losing more and more. Thereby next round will not be too great if they don't get themselves a bomb plan then. Then you're only going to have one more full buy before overtime might be called upon.
Time ticking, 4v2 here. But it is only going to be a 1v2. Coming on down to the B-bomb side, depending on how this one plans out. There we go, smoke, Molotov, everything going on down kitchen sink on towards the B side. Puha ready to try to deny. Let's see if he finds the first. No, he doesn't. Peek on down, coming in from kitchen as well. Uli going to be looking in for something. And now Oscar down to 9. Will be mollied off, surely dead now. There you go. Feet in the fire, B-stick gets 1. Doesn't have enough time to plateau. And now in the 3v1, will go down 12 to 10. Double digits here for HAVU. The game still goes on.
Oh wow, I'm getting a little concerned for Sinners. This is the same as we saw in that previous half. First few rounds go to the T side, and since then it's only been CT. Only been blue in the kill feed. This time around for HAVU. And as I said, one more full buy round is all Sinners will be getting. It's one round that B-Stick needs to call out right. And this round, they could potentially still find some success. Will have to be called perfectly as well. It will mainly be the aim that will have to be ringing for the side from Sinners. You have that technical timeout for the final round and see how this round will go. Molly is used perfectly. He will die. Molly getting burned alive is almost 8. They're allowed to get themselves all the way to the side. A tap from Oscar coming through. Equalized to some extent. And B-Stick that's pushed through into CT. Down low. And a bomb that should go down. This makes it somewhat doable. Sure, B-Stick turns around. But you got an M4 on Neofrag and Oscar in a good position. If they accelerate, if they push, if they find some luck, maybe they can still close it here. M4 out, looking for a second.
God.
He can end it in style. They surely do. And Ike will do so. Oscar picks it up. A triple with the Tech 9 for Sinners to win it in the end. Oh boy. The production thought HAVU was gonna do it.
Yeah.
But no, It is Sinners to win it 2-1, 13-10. Sinners, they make themselves, or HAVU rather, get themselves all the way to double digits, to then lose against a bunch of pistols. It's a common story for Counter-Strike.
It's a common story for the CCT in general, but man, imagine the frustration you have to feel right now on Mirage after finding such a good nuke on your own map pick, now going into Mirage, having a little bit of advantage, losing it away to an incredible series that Sinners have had, and then getting a backup plan ready, making it happen, finding the comeback, and yet still it wasn't enough. We all believed Sinners would not be able to actually take it on over to 13, but they did, and now we have ourselves the winner of this best of 3 as well. I hope you guys have truly enjoyed. Jesse, I think this was a blast on the second best of 3. First one ended off quite a little bit quickly, but this is going to be marking the end of the second best of 3 of the day as well. Next upcoming though is going to be Mouse NXT versus Eyeballers. Really looking forward to that game, but it's not going to be us two on the mic anymore. It's going to be our good friends over here at the CCT, so I think you guys are going to be enjoying that as well. If you did enjoy the cast though, definitely be sure to let us know down there at the X's, at the Twitters, whatever you still call them, at Casting and Dutch Boy Casts. But until then, definitely be sure to let the production boys know as well that they've done an incredible job this time around. GG's to both sides, and thank you guys for watching most of all. But until next time, we're going to be catching you guys later at the CCT. Bye-bye.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.